everybody, welcome back to D&D.
Hello.
I am Cryo. I am the Dungeon Master. We have our entire lovely party here. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start right where we had originally left off. The crew had made it to
less than
Enshasla.
24 hours ago.
Yeah, less than 24 hours ago. We had discovered that Enshasla was basically just one big outpost, gigantic dock structure built into craggy rocks in the ocean. And as you had gone wandering around, you went to Sally's Emporium, where you found a carved bear made of soap, a copper spoon, a tube containing something that claims to be the deed to a place called Ravensloft in Euboea, and a cloak, which Twink was currently in the process of identifying when Archibald was awoken by the Bear of Awakening. And take it outside by Socks.
And then he was asked how the fuck his magic works.
He was asked how you all got here, and his response, word for word, was, well, now you see, that's where it gets complicated. And that's precisely where we are going to pick up today. So, Socks, you are outside with the elf boy.
Complicated how?
Well, I'm not supposed to talk about it.
And I'm not supposed to talk about the fact that I, get a little fluffy sometimes. But here we are. You know my secret. I think it's time for you to share.
Well, see, I know your secret because you were talking really openly on the deck of a ship, and you didn't look around to see that I was sitting right next to you. Yes,
and I also transformed in front of the entire crowd, and now you have teleported the entire crowd into the middle of the ocean for a moment, and then we were rescued. So, how about you do us a favor here, and just tell me the truth. I will keep it lock and key.
Can I trust you?
Yes.
But can I actually trust you? Because, you're a werewolf, and you told people that. In public, in front of people. You told people that
And you just stole
werewolf.
magic from one of our people in order to teleport us.
I don't steal magic! And he, shoots up to his feet, pointing at you. And then he immediately is like, I don't steal magic.
Then what is it?
I copy magic? It's not stealing. I don't take anything. You don't. There's nothing weird. I had to steal from him. Actually, he had already done all his magic for the day.
What did you steal?
Well, I didn't steal anything. I just had to, So my magic is really complicated. Basically, what happens is, you know how most people get tired and could use less and less magic.
As he's
the more
talking,
they
Socks
use
is
magic.
taking out his book and beginning to write down what he's saying.
Oh, of course, he immediately is just uncomfortable that you're writing, but keeps going. It's so most magic users use magic and get more tired and can use less magic, and the concepts of mana and energy and spirit and all that, and it drains and you can't use magic anymore.
Yes, I've written many a theses about them.
So what if every time someone used magic, they got more of that energy instead of less?
Explain.
Well, so basically, every time I do any kind of magic, I get more of a reserve for magic. It doesn't drain me. It powers me up.
Which is how, after our fight, you were able to teleport us several hours away.
Well, you see, eventually most magic, once you start casting it at levels that are completely unknown to man, beast, or god, they get a little different. I also just can't learn anything because of that. Well, I can learn something. I learned how to do this, and he does prestidigitation immediately. And there's a little shower of sparks out of his finger, and he's like, this, that it like vanishes. He's like, that's all I can do if there's not someone for me to mimic nearby.
So how do you cast? Do you just copy the motions of whoever you see, or...
I see magic and I can do magic.
There's no sort of spell that you cast in order to...
There's no spell, there's no trick. I don't have to write anything in a book or swear fealty to some eldritch horror. I see magic, I do too much magic, and every time I do magic, it's like a bomb going off.
Well, you didn't exactly blow me up with your magic missiles earlier.
That was only cast at about 6th level.
He cast how many fucking magic missiles at me?
He cast a 6th level magic missile at you. You immediately cast shields, so they all bounced off, and I didn't feel the need to tell you how many came flying at you, but you almost got murdered.
I would have died on the spot.
You would have died. You would have been one hit knocked out.
I would have been erased.
I was about to roll for damage. I did it properly, so you probably would not have died immediately.
Socks is like kind of leaning down enough to where like he is basically showing him what he's writing down, just so he's aware that it's like, I'm not gonna expose anything, I'm not writing any experiments I'm gonna do on you. But he just writes prestidigitation ?
He goes, yes, that is prestidigitation. And the fun thing is it's the only spell I've ever managed to do that doesn't add to my reserve.
Right, so do you just do that to release the energy, or is it just a net zero?
It's just fun.
Understood.
He does, like, the sparkles again.
Socks kind of closes his book and goes, that's a very interesting power you have there, and I could see why your brother would want you to be on the boat with us, because I can only imagine what the Empire would do if they got their hands on someone like you.
And the moment you're like, if they got their hands on someone like you, he kind of sits there and goes, Professor, have you ever seen a 14th level firebolt?
Well, no, I mean...
You know how big the trees get in the Westwood?
Yes,
I vaporized one.
On the eastern side of town?
Well, I was a kid.
Well, that's unfortunate for Granny.
So, you understand why I want this to stay private, right? Cause I will hurt people, whether I mean to or not. I think you can relate.
Consider it a Westwood secret, and he extends his hand out to him.
And Archibald does a really awkward, like...
You can just shake my hand.
It's like, I don't get out much.
Well, it seems like you're only going to be out for a little bit. At least until we find a ship.
Where... I mean, we made it to Enshasla, but what is... I'm really confused. I just woke up.
Well, we fell from about 150 feet in the air. Surprisingly...
I'm really sorry about that. Aiming gets difficult at distances over a mile.
Surprisingly, nobody died. Except you. You landed face down.
Well, nobody died because I know that people are really, really bad well, I know I'm really bad at aiming at a distance, and someone else on the ship had feather falling, so I kind of took it.
You can cast multiple spells at once.
I can do a lot of things.
Socks kind of pops his book back open, writes down the line, closes it again.
He goes, but the things that I do were sometimes too much, which is also why I've been asleep. How long have I been asleep for?
And Socks like kind of steps away to go talk to a passerby, and walks up and goes, "Excuse me, what time is it?"
And they're like, they look up, and they look at the shadows cast by like the 4 rocks, and they're like, "Yeah, it's about 6:30."
And what time did the boat start sinking?
Boat probably started sinking around 1 o'clock.
And how long have we been here?
You guys have been walking around for a little less than an hour.
Socks walks back and goes, "Well, you've been asleep for about an hour. But your teleportation took 4.
I mean, he kind of squints and goes, I've never done such a big group of people, but I didn't know that could happen.
Well, see, the confusing part here is I don't remember what happened for those 4 hours. And usually I have a pretty good grasp of where I walked when using Misty Step."
He kind of squints. And right there, we're going to cut back to inside the shop where everyone else is. And where Twink has just finished identifying a cloak. And we're going to end the session. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that identify spell took a long time.
You don't know. It took 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been 22 hours.
It feels like it's been a whole day. Wow. Twink, you identify the cloak in front of you as a Shadow Step crafted Cloak of Protection.
Cool. You want to shoot that my way?
Well, it is. If you want to add it to your inventory, you can just use a regular Cloak of Protection. It should be in Manage Equipment. The only.
Oh, we still have to buy it.
Yeah, he still doesn't.
Oh, right. It's not.
But
in
I just want to see what
you
it
don't
is.
have to.
You gain a +1 bonus to
No,
AC and any
you shut
saving
up!
throws.
You shut up! I don't want anybody to know.
You don't want anyone to know.
No, they're not
Joke's
allowed to
on
know
you.
what they do.
I kind of
tell
had a
them what they
solid
do.
guess.
I tell them, yeah, but you still don't know.
Yeah, I mean, no one else does. Okay.
I'm the only person that knows what it does. I decide whether you know.
I'll just send it to you directly then.
Dolus,
Yes.
this bear, it woke up Archibald.
Yes, I think it might be magic.
Soapy bear of awakening?
Sure, you can call it that.
Can we get it?
He kind of takes it from her hands and he like looks aside. He's like, "How much for the bear?"
Sally is just drumming her fingers on her desk. She's like, I like that bear.
I like it too.
And she looks at you and she goes, which one of us likes the bear more?
He kind of like walks over to her, to Sally, and he's like, she hasn't bathed in a long while. We've kind of been out.
Sally leads in and she's like, if you're talking about people who haven't bathed in a while, you're in the wrong town, kid.
Dolus,
But she goes,
She's just a child,
I could ask you for gold for this. I really, really could. I really could. I'd probably ask for a few gold. You look like you might have a few gold. Might. Keyword. But I have something else in mind. You lot seem capable. You do a favor for me. You can have the bear.
But I could just buy it from you.
Oh, but only if I sell it.
What kind of favor?
I'll give you 2 options. 5 gold for the bear, or you go pick up a crate for me at the far south dock and bring it back. Should take you less than an hour.
Right.
Dolus, we could fly. We get there really, really fast.
What is in the crate?
I don't know. That's the best part about my job. I don't know.
Right. Okay. He kind of looks at like the money he has, and he's like, I don't want to give 5 gold for a fucking bar of soap. And puts it back. He's like, right, I'll get that for you. And he puts the bear on her counter.
You are looking for a ship called the Akka, and on that ship called the Akka, you will see this symbol. And she just like immediately like bangs her fist on the wall, and like a banner unfurls with this fun little geometric like S-looking symbol.
It's like the cool S with like
It's
the
like a cool S.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. I can do that for you.
And she goes, you do that for me, bear's yours.
Okay.
And then she points at Lotus and she's like, until then, bear stays here.
Okay. Soapy Bear of Awakening. I'll come back for you.
Takes the bear from you and puts it like sitting on her little counter, just staring with the blank eyes at the shop.
Shall we head off?
Yeah.
And so we start.
Kieran, what are you doing?
Can I have a gander at that Bear of Awakening? Is it actually magic?
No, it's
Because she said Bear of Awakening so much. Kieran would be like, Bear of Awakening? It won't come right. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's
and
it's soap.
So the entrance to the shop is open, and so I can see out of it.
Yeah.
I want to look at Socrates and Archibald. Now that they're in daylight and they're standing like at least a few feet away apart, I want to look at them like with my detect magic, see if I can see the separation of the magic, see if I can see who's who. And also while I'm looking that direction, take a glance at Lotus and Dolus, see if they have anything interesting.
Well, Lotus and Dolus are the first thing you see because they haven't left the shop yet. And they both have a faint magical aura. It's clearly like echoes of the elemental plane of air.
It's plain stank.
That's a sentence.
Bird magic.
Dolus, however, specifically on his left, his left arm is very, very strong aura of magic, specifically conjuration.
Huh. And like just seeing that, I kind of like scratch my bandages a little bit.
And then, as I'm going through, want to make sure of one thing real quick. Yes. As you look at them both, and you look at for their aura, both of their masks emit a really faint magical aura that doesn't seem to prescribe to any of the schools you know.
I was expecting something interesting off the other two. Not those two. Nope, note of that for later.
Okay.
And then look at Archibald. And
you're looking at Archibald and Socks. Socks has some pretty intense magic going on. Nothing you could really pin down. It seems really chaotic. However,
waves of chaos.
Archibald is lit up like a Christmas tree. You can't note out specific schools. You almost feel like you can sense all of them. And you immediately start to feel a bit of a headache from the pure, intensity of it.
Wow. I guess it's not an overstatement to believe he definitely knows where I went then. Okay.
So we were glowing with 2 specific schools of magic before, and now we're
Conjuration
both
trends.
absolutely wild.
Yeah, you sort of...
Ooh.
He was asleep before.
That's true. But I would assume you would still leak magic while you're asleep. If detect magic would still read you.
Well, you'd have your, natural magic, kinda.
Yeah, I'm just thinking why we only showed 2 before and now neither of them are identifiable.
Well, you don't know.
So, Twink, as the birds are leaving the shop, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna fold the robe up and put it back on a pile of junk, and I'm gonna take a look around myself. Actually, this time instead of just randomly finding something, I'm actually gonna take a good look inside the store for one more thing.
Okay. Go for it.
What am I rolling?
Roll investigation.
Okay. That's a 24. I got plus 6
24.
investigation.
That's a really good I roll thing. This is fun. You come across a bag, a really ornate purple bag with a solid like leather drawstrings to it, and it just catches your attention. And you pick it up, and as you open it, it is full of 6 very pretty ornate obsidian dice.
Oh, cool! Cool!
There are 6 ornate obsidian D20s in this bag.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull it, and it's gonna close up the bag, and I'm gonna look. How much for the bag?
Sally looks at you. She goes, "That's a nice bag. Is there anything in the bag?"
Couple stones.
She goes, "2 gold."
Okay. So I'll hand over the 2 gold. That's easy.
Yep.
Is it how big is this bag?
The bag, as far as compared to Twink goes, he has to hold it in both hands.
Okay, so in perspective, how big are the dice?
The dice.
If the bag's that
inside
big.
The dice are about double the size of a regular D20.
Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna walk out of the store, because I'm done in there.
Okay. Homebrew item that I haven't finished actually, so I'll add it to your inventory later.
It's fine.
I'll DM you what it does.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll say during my long rest, I ritual cast Detect Magic and Identify. So we'll say
we'll do that when there is a time for it. But now you all are stepping outside the store where Socks and Archibald are standing.
Socks immediately cuts off the conversation, noticing that everyone's coming out, turns around and goes, well, "What'd you find out?" Talking to
Soapy
Twink.
Bear is awakening. Wait, Soapy Bear of awakening.
We're gonna go.
Found a weird torch.
Dolus is just like, me and Lotus are gonna go pick up a crate on the south side.
Right, well, just be careful,
A crate of what?
It's for her. You think she knows? Like, pointing at Sally's shop.
Yeah.
But
Don't get arrested.
What did you find out? And he gestures to Twink.
And Dolus is gonna start walking off.
find out about what?
The cloak.
What cloak are you talking about?
The one
I
I
was right
handed
next
to
to
you
you. I know about the cloak.
before Archibald woke up.
Oh, it's nothing of interest to me.
Okay, but what is it?
It was a cloak.
Did it have any magical properties?
Yeah, it did.
Do you know what they are?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to tell me?
Are you going to ask?
Please tell me what the properties of that cloak are.
It's gonna cost you 1 gold.
Tell you what. Dinner's on me tonight. For specifically
That's good enough for me.
For specifically you.
That's good
And it
enough
kind of
for me.
looks at everyone else. No,
It was a cloak with magical property.
What magical properties?
Oh, They weren't very interesting.
Twink, I thought we've bonded a little bit. I figured you would just be able to tell me.
What kind of things do you like in magical items? Maybe it would interest you.
Well, if it's a cloak, you know, it could be something to enhance my magical properties, or maybe even protect me, or make me a little bit faster. Like, what? Any of those would be of grand interest to me.
It did one of those.
Socks just kind of, tilts his head, kind of like shakes his right foot and goes, "All right, I'll be right back." And he just walks inside, picks up the cloak, and as he picks it up, he's gonna unfurl it, and remembering what side he showed to Sally before, he's going to cast Minor Illusion on the other side to put a bunch of stains.
Ooh.
And he's gonna go, how much was this again?
She looks up at it, and she just immediately seeing the stains goes, "Huh! You want that?"
Well, yes, I find it quite pretty. I'm pretty good at cleaning up clothes.
She's gonna make a quick investigation check. That's a nat 20.
You just got caught.
So she kind of leans in and immediately is like, "I would never put anything so disgusting on my shelves."
Can Sux just look at the shelves to see if there is something equally as disgusting?
Yeah, roll perception.
Okay. That would be a 20. Dirty.
Yeah, no, there's lots of gross stuff on all the various shelves. You think you see a banana peel on one of the back ones, actually.
Sux just kind of cocks his head and goes, and then picks up the banana peel and goes, are you sure?
She takes it from you, and she's like, "That was from lunch." And then she throws it out the window behind her. You think you hear a solid thump and outside.
Right, and he's still, like, doing his best to maintain the illusion on it, just to not absolutely give himself away.
Twink walks back in and goes, "I remember now, it's a Cloak of Protection!"
She goes. She immediately, like, grabs one of the arms. She's like, "Cloak of Protection," and she, like, reaches into the, like, a hood behind her, and she pulls out one of the, like, gem examining magnifying glasses, and she's like, "This stitching is from Shade Step."
Yes, I studied there for a time. That is why I was so interested.
I'll give you
in
2
it.
gold for it.
He'll give me 2 gold for it. What'll you give?
3. And I will
He'll
help
give me
the
3 gold
birds
for
with
it.
the
What'll
prey.
you give me? She
That's
points
out of my
back at
price
you,
range. I think 3 gold is for him.
and she looks at you and she goes, 5.
3.
And she goes, "You could leave if you won't pay 5.
4.
Roll persuasion.
18 plus. I haven't used persuasion at all. 18 plus 2, another dirty 20.
It works. She sighs a little and she's like, 4 is better than none. 4.
And Socks begrudgingly hands her 4 gold.
Me begrudgingly,
has
you got
now-
a fucking deal, dude.
And now has lost 2/5 of his entire money.
I don't know what you're begrudging about. That's a deal.
Yeah.
He was gonna get
on
it for a better
magic-
one.
On a magic item, man.
That's a
The
fucking
fact
deal.
that you aren't
That's Cloak of Protection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was really about to wheel and deal if he got it for what he wanted.
You guys got the dice roll for the Cloak of Protection last time, and I was like, fuck.
Fuck, that's the good one.
Isn't that the thing that I tossed over my shoulder too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm like, you gotta roll, you got it. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. I'm like, Lotus is gonna have even more AC. And then you just yeeted it. And I was like, oh, okay. Someone else will have it. Like, all of the rest of you are pretty squishy, other than Twink and Lotus. So I'm like, if anyone else lines up with it, it's fine. You could just add a Cloak of Protection to your inventory. It's the fact that it's Shade Step only changes the weight. The weight is half.
Right. Do I also assume this is attuned to me, or is it? I
Nope.
don't know how
No.
attunement works.
You can't. Attuning is through long rests.
Yeah, so you have
Gotcha.
to wait till it will not work until you have a long rest. It's just a pretty cloak until then.
Okay.
It is very pretty though, except
Yeah.
the minor illusion is still up on it, so half of it looks very dirty.
Fox is gonna go. Pleasure doing business. I will go help my bird friends bring you your package.
She goes, "That's fantastic. Can you actually bring another one, since there are multiple of you now? There should be a few crates on the boat."
Can I get a gold back?
No. But I'll let you have one thing out of the box.
Deal.
Is mystery box?
Mystery box.
It's a
Roll
loot
it
crate.
20.
Per box we bring back.
And she goes, "Per person who brings back per box."
And how many boxes?
She goes, "I don't know."
I think that sounds like a fair deal. Right, Twink?
How big are the boxes?
About your size.
No good for me, mate.
I'll be He kind of leans down and whispers to him, "I'll carry it all the way here if you can just get it in the door."
Are you doubting my strength?
You said it was no good. I assume that was the problem.
You know what happen to people who assume, don't you?
I've heard the rhymes. I'm pretty sure I was there when they were invented.
He looks at you for a second and goes, "Yeah, okay, I'll go with you."
All right. It's free things. And, he just goes, "We'll be back," and, heads out.
And then before Twink leaves, he turns around and goes, "Are there magical things in the boxes?"
And she goes, "I don't know.
Hmm.
The best part of Sally's Emporium is you never know what you're gonna find."
He
Sally's
kind of
Emporium
stares.
is just Goodwill.
He just kind of stares at her and goes, "You're right. You never know." He just turns around and walks out.
While they're in the shop, I wanna try and like summon back Sarah, or because I'm gonna like, Sarah, and and like trying to talk to Sarah, and I realize no idea where she is, and I want to try and summon.
Siren's not with you.
I want to try and summon her from my pocket dimension.
You try and summon her from the pocket dimension, and nothing happens.
Sarah, shit, that she was still on the. Sarah, like Kieran's like visibly panicked. There. Oh no, buddy, I left here. And close my eyes. I want to try and like reach in and see if I can like sever the connection and temporarily dismiss her from wherever she is.
Okay. You do what you normally do to dismiss Siren, and nothing around you changes.
Okay,
but you go through the process, and then you try and summon her from the pocket
Get
dimension.
in front of me.
Siren appears on your hand as you snap your fingers again to bring her
Siren,
back. He's just
Sorry, I didn't
she
realize you were.
immediately starts squawking at you and flapping her wings really aggressively.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know what happened.
She flies up to your face and starts just like womping you with her wings.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't realize
she lands on like the back of your hood and just makes one last angry little caw and like looks away from you.
Yeah, and I pull out some bread from my pocket, cast prestidigitation to flavor it. Yeah, peace offering.
What
I didn't
flavor
realize
is it?
What flavor is it?
No. Bye.
Siren does not want your cherry bread.
But I didn't. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't actually sure where I ended up somewhere.
Siren called the fucking cops.
It went from Siren to Siren real quick.
Well, hang on, we're gonna cut there while you are currently squabbling with your bird, trying to get it to calm down, and it is refusing. Lotus and Dolus, as you walked away earlier, just about 2 or 3 minutes ago, where did you go?
I mean,
I assume we would have started flying, going towards the south dock, the far south dock.
Okay. So you both take off into the air. A couple of passerby are like, "Whoa!" No one's ever seen an Aarakocra before. And you look around and you see all of Enshasla. It's really, really pretty. The water directly in the middle of the rocks underneath, like the scaffolding, is significantly darker than like all the surrounding ocean water. And there are, if we're looking at the south side of it, there are solid like 5 or 6 large ships there at the various docks with the scaffolds running to various levels.
Mm-hmm. Can I look around for a ship with the symbol that Sally showed us earlier?
Yeah, I could make you roll for this, but I'm going to be honest with you. You, Dolus specifically, actually you wouldn't remember that. Yeah, roll it.
Okay.
Roll perception.
With disadvantage. So
With disadvantage.
that is 12.
You don't see that symbol anywhere, but you do make out that some ships probably arrived recently. There's 3 of them that are offloading a lot of crates.
I'd like to walk up to the closest ship to me, like where they're unloading crates, and ask, excuse me, any of these crates going to a Sally?
You land and one of the guys goes, "No, we don't shop for that crazy lady."
Would you happen to know who does?
I don't know. The Akka usually brings her stuff. I don't have the time for this, man. And he like picks up a crate and walks past you.
No, excuse me, sir. Where can I find the Akka?
Yeah, it's right there. And he points to the ship on the other side of it.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to walk over.
He does a little wave at Lotus as he walks by with a crate, really confused about why the tiny bird person is just going.
So I'll walk over to the Akka and do the same kind of line of questioning. Just walk over to like the people unloading the crates. Like, are these crates for Sally or any of them?
Like, the captain of the ship was talking with somebody in the process of unloading and immediately looks up at you and goes, "Sally send you?"
Yes.
"Well, I've got 7 here for her today. Don't get me wrong, kid, you look strapping, but I don't think you'll be able to handle more than 1.
Well, right, but we can make multiple trips if we need to, knowing that he doesn't plan on taking more than 1 crate.
And the captain goes, "So were you in a crew grabbing a bunch of stuff and taking it up, or am I just giving you a box and I have my guys take the rest?"
Well, she only sent us to take 1, so I don't
Do you
think
want to
we'll
take 2? We can surprise her.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, there's 7. We can each take 1.
I meant more, why would I want to surprise Sally?
Oh, we can maybe get like 2 Bears of Awakening.
I don't think she has any more, if she didn't want to part with that first one.
Okay.
Fine, we can take 2.
Yay!
The guy goes, "All right, 2. Now the rest unloaded later. Take your pick." And he points at, he like just gestures to a stack of crates that all have that S scrawled on them in chalk.
Okay.
Can I do like a weight test to see which one's the lightest one?
Yeah.
Alright, I want to see which one's the lightest one.
Roll investigation for that.
Oh, that is a 0.
You go over to weight test to the various boxes, and as you are picking each one of them up, you start to get a little confused about the weight of any of them. And in your confusion, you pick up the heaviest box. And you choose the heaviest box.
Is it like heavy? Like
It
too
is heavy
for-
enough that Lotus will absolutely not be able to fly, and certainly heavy enough that she is struggling a little bit.
Why are you taking that one? That one is. Are you? Can you? He tries like Dolores tries like pulling it like he didn't try like putting it back down like out of her hands. Why are you taking this one? It's the heaviest crate,
Oh,
probably.
it is.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Can I check the weight of
Can
the
you
crate?
check the weight?
Oh my god,
I'd like to
please.
check the weight.
Please be back.
Another
to back.
zero.
Terrible
Oh,
investigation check.
That's a 9.
They all seem about the same weight to you. You can't really pick out a difference.
I love it because Lotus is stronger than him too.
Like, as
Are
you're
you
lifting
sure?
them up, you're just like, ugh.
Are you sure you can handle that? I don't think you should take that one. Please take another crate.
The please. While they are struggling with the crates, we're gonna go back to the other three, leaving Sally's Emporium.
Socks, as he kind of throws the cloak over himself, turns back and goes, "What ship are we looking for again?"
Aka!
Thank you. And he walks out and dismisses minor illusion, like right as he's out of sight.
The cloak is very pretty.
You're lucky I remembered what that was.
Oh yes, very lucky, am I not?
And might I say, you got quite the deal for it.
Yeah. I just wish you had said your realization just a smidge quieter.
Why? I thought you should know.
I trusted you would have told me eventually, and
I
We'll
did tell
see.
you, eventually.
right, you did. You know what? Thank you, Twink.
That's what I was looking for. You're welcome.
And so he starts heading down toward the dock, like kind of tapping Archibald, and it's just like, "You want free stuff?"
Archibald's like, I sure?
Great, you're helping us carry crates.
Okay. He just follows you.
Kieran comes in. I've got nothing to do for the next few hours. Oh, wait. Socrates, you know things. We were told to look for a boat. Well, Walk told us something. What did he tell us?
Gray Flag, that he would meet us there in a few hours, and it's been an hour
Where's there?
at the top of the dock, where we
Lovely.
met him the first time.
Oh yeah, I was there. Okay, lovely. And
In cuffs,
I'll be with
might I
y'all.
add. And Socks
And
just
I
kind of
follow him.
sighs and keeps walking, just doing his best not to acknowledge him. Because again, he walks up and goes, "You know things."
Yes. Twain, the other guy told us you would know. Who's the other guy? I keep walking.
Poor Eggles. Can't catch a fucking break.
I love how much we all shit on him.
The second in command, right.
That ain't even here. This man ain't even here. Are you guys all headed generally down the south of the docks? You know, who's in the front?
Probably Socks. He started walking first,
Okay.
Roll initiative.
dragging Archibald behind.
Roll initiative. No, don't roll initiative.
What order are your
Yeah.
guys standing in?
Yeah.
Hey, marching order's very important.
The ground beneath you caves in.
Hey,
The scaffolding gives
I
out.
needed to know.
Kieran's trailing
Man.
behind because he's
Yeah, I'll probably be in the middle.
Roll perception.
perception. What's my perception?
Hey, that's 13 plus 5, 18.
13 plus 5, 18.
Is it just socks
17,
rolling or all of
okay.
them rolling?
It's just Socks because he's walking in the front of the group. You managed to not get lost in the twirling, twisting scaffolding of Enshasla as you make your way down to the southern.
Can I do something on the way down there?
Yeah.
Can I keep a look around for anything that looks like it might roll?
Like physically roll?
Yeah, like roll.
Like a
roll
ball?
perception.
It's not fantastic. It's a 12.
The only things that you notice as you go down that could potentially roll are there a couple of barrels here and there on some of the various ledges.
Could I snag the lids off of them?
Roll sleight of hand.
No, that's really good. That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. You go up to two barrels as you're walking past them. You kind of, as the gnome, like hop up onto the sides and just reach up and just hit. And you take one and you hop up to take the other. And as you're getting it off, somebody walking by is like, "Hey, those belong to you."
Yes, of course they do.
And they go, "Oh, okay." And then they just keep walking. They just keep walking. You now have two barrel lids.
Cool.
Okay, that's where that's ending, I guess.
Yep, that's what I needed.
Cool. All right, you guys, as you get down to like the docks proper, you immediately see Lotus and Dolus carrying two crates coming your direction.
Oh, those look awfully heavy.
They are.
That's quite unfortunate.
With my... Ooh.
What brings you
I
all
don't-
here?
Well,
Oh,
we're
they-
going to grab crates as well. We've struck a deal.
Oh, what kind?
One free thing out of every box we bring back.
Free. I
Hmm.
want free things, Dolus.
Well, we will be getting those free things. We'll wait to arrive with the rest of you.
Okay.
And Sox kind of like looks past him and notices the ship, and just starts walking toward it.
Okay.
Our two lovely bird friends told us that there are more crates to carry on up to Sally's.
He goes, "Ugh! Are you the last? Are you the last one she's sending?"
He kind of sidesteps to reveal like his entire posse.
So you're all gonna take 4 and leave me with just 1.
No, I'll take it.
You're taking all of them?
Yeah, I'll take all of them for you.
We'll save you some work.
He kind of shrugs and goes, "Fuck it. If you can take them, take them."
I'm gonna now, with my artificer creativity, I'm gonna use metal rods and my smith's tools to create a really with the barrels a push cart.
I
I
knew
knew that was where it was going.
I knew it. All right, Twink. Where's your tools at? Let's see here.
I have lots.
I know you do. I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna have you roll to make this fucking cart.
I could also create whatever set of tools I need on command.
I know you can. Since you have the right tools and you are proficient in fucking every kind of tool, I am gonna have you make a... see here. This is such a weird one. I'm gonna have you make an intelligence roll to see if you could just determine the proper physics of this cart with multiple crates on it as you're making it.
Okay, and then I add my proficiency bonus with my tools to that.
Yes, you do. I'm not expecting you to fail this roll. I'm just keeping it.
Let's see. 23. 23
Yeah,
total.
Yeah, you make a beautiful cart with these barrel lids.
That's +9, by the way.
It looks, I know, it looks fantastic. It looks like a cart. No one will guess those are barrel lids.
I'll tell you what, Socrates. You can put yours on here as well as long as you push it.
You know what? That's Fair deal. Then he just puts it down on the cart.
The cart, just because of the size of the barrel lids and the crates, could probably hold like 3 in a triangle formation, but no.
That's how many are on it right now.
Okay.
Twink kind of looks at Kieran and goes, "Well, you're on your own with yours."
I can manage. If you could do that, why didn't you fix the boat?
And we
He
all
stares
just
blankly at Kieran and just keeps blinking intensely.
And Archibald goes, to be fair, I don't think you could have fixed the whole boat before it sank.
And he looks over at Archibald and he goes, "A scholar."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you.
And Socks just hoists up the last box and puts it in Archibald's hands.
Archibald's like, I don't want to.
Do you want free things?
Yeah.
Then carrying the box.
Okay.
Dolus is gonna just like kind of walk a little bit closer to Twink, and he's like, "Your craftsmanship is impressive."
I would hope so. It's what I did for a living.
Oh.
You know, artificers are really quite fascinating. They
what?
create beautiful things almost out of...
What was that word?
Art.
The first one.
I also don't know that word.
Art?
Is it
Can you
artistic?
draw?
Artists?
Oh, well, draw what?
She's gonna set the crate down and she's gonna look through her bag and pull out her sketchbook. And she's just gonna flip to a random page and all you see is like scribbles. But it looks like she's trying.
Twink's gonna look at it and he's gonna be like stroking his stubble and he goes, what the fuck are these?
Look. This one's Raiden, and then this one's me, and that's Dolus. And this is like the house.
You look
that
at
we
them
live.
and
I
they're,
thought that
like,
was
really-
3 owlbears.
Yeah. I'm like, they're just really poor, like, stick figures with beaks.
Can you see? Look, I even drew the thing. And then she like pats her mask.
So Twink then pulls out his little notebook and he flips it open and he shows you the mechanical drawing of a cannon. And he goes, "This is what I do." And it's like schematically, you know, with ruler
It's
and,
like
and
a
everything.
perfect, like, schematic blueprint of a functional fucking cannon.
Socks looks over at Twink's notebook and goes, and turns to Archibald and goes, "You two might get along."
And Archibald goes,
Lines.
I usually draw more freehand and than rulers, but it's nice.
You did all that.
Are you
I'll
talking about
look
those
at-
stupid star maps of yours?
They're not
I mean, to be fair-
stupid.
He kind of blushes and he just starts walking away.
I mean, to be
with the
fair, you
crate.
could put those anywhere and say it's to scale. I mean, nobody actually knows.
He doesn't stop. He's just walking away with the crate.
I think the kid's drawing is a bit more cute. The cannon looks impressive, but not very much life to it.
Dolus,
Oh, it takes life. There shouldn't be any.
what does fuck mean?
It's happening!
Nope. Socks just puts his hands on, or like, steps away from the cart, puts his hands on Dolus's shoulders and goes, "Not yet."
It's a word that you'll be able to say next year. Don't say it if one of the guards hears you say it, you'll be in a lot of trouble, and it's not gonna be good for us. So please don't say it
But he said it.
because he's
Roll
older than
deception.
you.
Roll deception.
Oh,
Can I? Okay, wait a minute. By the way, when Ray goes to roll against this, I'm gonna lean in and go, "He's lying to you."
that is
To
a
give her
22.
advantage.
That's a
That is a
22.
what?
Letter 2. Ray, roll insight.
With advantage.
With advantage.
What
Twink's a little
chaos got into
monster.
you today?
I got a 5
no.
and a 6.
You have a +3. Both of your rolls were that bad.
I got a 2 and a 3.
You trust your big brother. You just think Twink is playing a prank on you. he wants to get you in trouble with the guards because he'll think
So-
it's funny.
So I can't say fuck.
Yes, don't say it. You can say it next year when you're older.
But next year is so far away.
Yes, but then you can say it all you want for the rest of your life.
All I want?
Yes.
Okay.
In
Finishing
before
it.
30 sessions from now, we hit her birthday, and it's just
Fuck.
fucking 30 fucks in a row.
She's been holding these in.
Fair,
And she's
Dolus
gonna-
just said. Dolus just said not to say it around the guards, not around us.
I told her to not say it, like in general, because if a guard hears it, then whatever.
She's gonna put her sketchbook away and she's gonna pick up the crate. And then she's just gonna quietly say, very quietly under her breath, like, don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck.
Can Socks hear this?
You can all hear it. As you start pushing the card up, you all hear it.
Twig just puts his hands in his pockets, starts whistling and walking behind the cards.
Socks gets
like,
behind
gives
the
him,
cart,
like, a
starts
glare.
pushing, and goes, "All right, let's get the shite. Let's get the shite up to Sally."
What does shite mean?
That's another one. That's another one of the. Can y'all stop? Can you all
So as you
clean
guys
your language?
are taking the cart and you get to the edge of the dock, you make an immediate realization as you're looking up at the top of Enshasla. There aren't ramps, there are only stairs.
I knew for sure that ramp, but like that was not gonna be a very easy trek back to Sally's.
So the person pushing the cart, which I believe is Socks.
Uh-huh.
Try me, bitch.
I'm gonna want you to make a strength check.
Okay.
Twig's gonna look at him and go, "Hey, you should try putting the cloak on one of them. I think it'll make it lighter."
That's a 19.
That's a 19. And now I want you to make a dex check.
I didn't think steps. I definitely knew it was gonna be uphill.
That's an 8.
So you got the strength to get it up the stairs just fine. And you start pushing and it's going. It's slow going. It's like boom, boom, boom. But you're making it. But dexterity wise, you are struggling on every single corner. And every now and then, only one wheel goes up, and you have to finagle the whole thing to get the other one up. It takes you about a solid, 50 minutes to get this thing up the 150 feet to the top of the stairs.
Socks is muttering to himself the entire time. It's just, I really thought the two of us were getting along, but I guess fuck old Socks, right? I mean, after all, did I just refer to myself by that name? That's absolutely ridiculous.
Does Lotus hear him mumbling this?
I will say no. I will say you are all distinctly ahead of him in this process.
I am not. I am definitely there
Except for
heckling
Twink.
him the whole fucking
except
way
for
up those
Twink, who
steps.
is walking with the cart.
Dolus, he got to the top of the stairs and he put his crate down and he's just been sitting on it watching him.
Dolus gets to the top of the stairs and finds Archibald sitting on the crate that he brought up, looking down the stairs, going like, "Hi."
That's a good idea. And he puts his crate down and sits on it.
You all form like a semicircle, sitting on your crates, looking down.
The old professor skipped gym class.
It's not gym class. He's pushing it up just fine. It's just the fact that it's a
How many
fucking-
more steps after that are there?
I'd say by the time everybody has sat down and is watching, and he's muttering, I'd say he's got another 2 levels, so 30 steps.
Twink's gonna look at him and go, I could probably make that easier for you.
Would you be so kind, my friend?
Okay, Twink's now gonna apparate some wood carving tools, and he's gonna carve into the barrels grooves to where they fit into the steps, and each one just kind of connects going up the steps.
Oh my god! You get up the next 2 flights of steps in less than a minute. It's very easy. You just gung 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 right to the top.
Socks gets
Oh, and
to
you
the top,
know Twink could do this the whole time.
turns to Twink and goes, "Did I do something to you?"
It's actually quite weird, because normally I wouldn't even offer that second one.
then I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
But now we have to get all the way to Sally's. On flat
It'll still
land.
roll fine.
All right. And he just
I'm
immediately
assuming it's like
starts-
a gear, basically, with little.
Yep, it's
yeah.
exactly. It looks exactly like a gear.
It'll roll just fine. Still, you're good.
It's just a little bit like dum, dum, dum,
A little,
dum,
yeah. There's a little bit of clunkiness to it, but it goes.
like a shopping cart.
dum. Shall we?
Just a little bit of like rattle
It's
to
a
it.
shopping cart at Piggly Wiggly's.
It's so specific.
Just the whole way there.
It had to be
you guys,
specific.
you guys get to Sally's right in front of you. Everybody, I'm assuming, is picking up their crates and taking them in.
Mhm.
Okay, Sally. The moment one of you steps over the threshold, Sally just goes, "Hello."
Hello!
Hello.
Hi.
You.
So I can't raise my hands.
Mhm.
She goes, "You brought? Oh my! Oh! Like as each of you comes in with a crate, she's like, "Oh!" And then last, the cart comes into the door with the three. She goes, "Oh!"
I tell you what, I sell you the cart for a gold.
And she goes, "Ooh,
Be really good for getting your crates up here.
very good point. I'll take it." She goes, "Now, each of you, as agreed, for every crate you brought up, each of you gets one thing out of one."
Bear of Awakening. And I get a
We
thing
did.
from here.
We get the
She
bear.
hands you the bear. She hands you.
Keep good
So
care of it. We
Socks
still don't know
unloads
what's
the three from the cart and goes.
And then she goes, "But," and she holds the figure up. She's like, "You only get the first thing you pull out of it."
right. All right, so we each. I'm guessing we're each gonna roll investigation.
Everybody, yeah. Each of you roll one investigation.
Don't forget, Archibald gets to do it too.
He does.
Oh God.
Got a 17.
I got a
Nice.
14.
+1.
That's all right.
22.
I got a nat 20.
I got
This
that
all
thing.
came back to bite Twink because he rolled a nat 1
Oh,
for a total
no.
of 7.
karma. That's a nat 20 with little thing one.
Okay, so we got the nat 20. What's the with the bonus K?
21. The
Uh,
bonus is 1.
Socks. What you got?
14.
Kieran,
22.
Twink has 7.
7.
Lotus.
17.
And Archibald rolled a big, fat, well, I mean, with the modifier, he rolled 4, but I got a nat 1.
Oh,
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1, buddy.
Twink's not the lowest.
now one gang.
Twink's not the lowest. Hooray! We pull up. All right, we're gonna go from highest to lowest here. So, Dolus, as you reach into yours, you pull out a really thick, really nice wool blanket.
Oh.
Just it's
Yes,
like rolled
has,
up in
has
like a
feathers.
sleeping roll.
Doesn't.
I
need
feel
it.
like this is another one of those higher isn't better. Like
It's not.
necessarily better.
This is a list. This is just a list of shit. The numbers does not mean anything.
I guess this is fine.
And Kieran, you had the 22 after? Okay. So for you, you, as you reach in, you pull out a knife. It's a dagger.
I
Just
normally
just
don't.
a plain dagger.
It's better than the ones I have.
Okay. 17, that's Lotus.
It's a
Oh
bear
my
of
god,
awakening.
this is hilarious. This is
a
hilarious.
spoon.
You
Come-
reach in and you pull
with the
out
spoon.
a full face mask. It's this solid, like, wood carved face, like it looks like a traditional, like, Japanese oni mask.
Oh my god, I would love if she wore that from now on.
It wouldn't fit.
This is not sculpted for beak. It is just a mask.
But Twink could make it fit.
Oh.
It
Oh.
looks so cool. And then
Ah.
she puts it like over her.
Like over the top of the bird mask. So
Can
it's like
you
on
see?
her forehead, just her eyes peeking out under the bottom of it.
Cryo, can you tell me what region of the world would be most closely, what would be most closely related to where that mask came from?
Dragon Lost.
Socks looks at it and goes, "Oh, a dragon lost mask."
It's cool.
Socks,
Oh,
you
it's
reach
very
in.
interesting.
You got 14.
That is correct.
I'm like, I have it written here, but then I realized I didn't put your guys' names next to them. So, don't judge me. You pull out, tied together, horseshoes. Like 4 horseshoes.
Socks pulls them out, hands them to Twink, and goes, "You'll get more use."
I would.
And then Twink, you reach in and you pull out a broken fishing rod.
Nice.
So in Twink's terms, that's just a fishing rod.
I'm gonna cast Mending on it.
You cast Mending on it. It's a fishing rod.
Yes.
It doesn't have any line. It's just the rod.
That's fine. I can make line.
And last but certainly not least, wait, Kieran, you got yours, right?
Archibald.
So
Archibald.
last but not least, Archibald. He reaches in and he pulls out a comb.
It's the comb of silence.
Does he have unwily hair, or is it actually like fair?
He's got very nice elf hair. This comb will do him nothing. This comb will do him nothing. He just kind of stares at it and he goes, "Wow."
You gotta. Raiden used to use that. Can I have it?
He just hands it to you. He doesn't use anything. He just hands it to you. Okay. And Sally goes, "Fantastic. Now just shove them all back against the back wall." And then she pulls out a gold and she goes, "And for you," and she holds it out towards Twink.
Why, thank you.
And she gives it to you. And she's like, "Fantastic. Now are we all gonna look around and shop some more?"
No.
I don't think so.
Get out.
Nah.
Get out. She's just
Since they
On
were
the
just
way-
told to get out, Socks is not going to push those to the back wall.
Also, on the way out, Twink gives the card a little kick, and it kind of halfway falls apart on the way out.
She watches it kind of fall apart and she goes, so you guys all have your various junk now.
Lux walks out very happy, her arms filled with the mask, the Bear of Awakening, and the comb.
I have a fucking blanket like just under my arm. I'm just like, all right.
A feathered being with
How
a
cold is
blanket.
it right now? Because it's tropical, ain't it?
It's not. I assume it's not cold.
Yeah, we're in the tropics.
I know
like-
I literally said it, but Kieran, what did you pull out?
Oh, an
Dagger.
ornate
The
looking
knife.
dagger.
You got the dagger, that's right.
It's just an ornate looking dagger.
It's not even ornate, it's just a knife.
I love how none of
This
these
is a
remember-
knife.
Like, if anything, Lotus got the best thing.
The soap.
Bear of
I got a
Awakening.
fishing pole. You don't know what I'm gonna catch with that.
Fish.
Yeah, it's lucky for you, because you're the only one that can make the line.
Phyllis,
Yes.
I wanna, and she's looking towards the weapon shop.
Oh. Yes, you would, wouldn't you? Okay.
You would, wouldn't you?
We will be going to the weapons shop before we head over to the docks. You all can do what you please. If you'd like to come along, you may. And he just starts walking towards it.
Weapons.
I'll go with him. As I put my dagger next to my other 2 daggers in my belt.
Oh yeah, you.
Yeah,
She's
me.
looking at her. You had wings. Where are they? Where'd they go? They were really
Oh.
cool.
Thanks. And like he kind of like kneels down. Well, my wings aren't as cool as yours. My wings are on loan. I'll get them back tomorrow.
What does
they're-
that mean?
Socks, who was going to go with the kids anyway, walks up and goes, "He's an Asimov.
I'm what?
A what?
That's not very nice of you to say.
Well, have you ever heard of an angel?
Yes.
Only in
I've met a
stores
few.
that right in stores.
That's what I thought he was.
They're like the children of angels.
Your mother's an angel? He looks at Kieran.
Well, not directly
wouldn't
related, and
I've
more
never-
just like
Never met him.
you know how you have like really, really, really old grandparents.
We have
You guys would not really know. No.
No, I don't.
Kieran has never.
Kieran is also extremely confused by the word Asimar.
And the word family. He's like.
He looks at Kieran and goes, "Do you know anything?"
I've come to realize I know a lot less than I think I did.
Right. And he
Did
turns
you
back to
know
the kids.
Fuck. What's a bad word?
Three just.
It is. I've
you
been seeing
say-
it all the time.
Is
You
that
know
why
what? You know
were-
what? Socks
I probably started seeing it around your age.
looks at Lotus.
Oh, it's a surprise you're not still in cuffs.
Really?
Socks
guard-
looks at
the guard
Lotus and
said it
goes,
too.
Lotus,
Yes.
dear.
Yes.
Every time you say that word, I want you to lick the Bear of Awakening.
She can't really do that. She's wearing a mask.
She just kind of bonks the Bear of Awakening.
She leans in, and the beak of the mask just like stabs into like right above the bear's shoulder. The soap kind of like deforms there as she pulls back, and there's just like a little hole in the bear.
I feel like it's a good time to question. You're not exactly hiding your identity, so what is the purpose of your masks?
Protection.
From
It was slightly magical, I've noticed.
Raiden
Protection.
made it.
Yes. They're
Raiden?
Raiden's
You
really
keep-
cool.
Yeah, you keep talking about him.
He's
Is
very cool.
he was sort of a guardian for us. And so we keep them on as a keepsake. We take them off from time to time.
Kieran, did you say out loud that the masks were magical?
100%.
Dolus,
Yeah, I did.
you would catch that and be confused, because as far as you are aware, they're not.
And you said that they were magical?
Yeah, they were glowing earlier. Like they were glowing, and Kieran looks at his arm, and it's like, yeah, I was looking at the magic earlier, and you're definitely more magic than anything in that shop, at least. Your mask and your arm.
He kind of like holds his arm like he's like, don't look at me with your
Hey,
magic sight.
Oh, that ran out a long time ago. And Kieran also holds up. Hey, I've got one too.
Kieran is so goddamn sus. Like, if Socks doesn't eat him, Dolus is gonna beat the shit out of him. Like,
It's magic. You have magic. I have magic. It's magic.
I don't have magic.
You have your magic
You've
bear?
got your own skills,
Sure, I have my magic bear.
and you did bonk a serpent. I couldn't do that.
I caught a bullet. And she's gonna ruffle through her bag and pull the bullet.
Did Harmon give you that?
You all kind of stare at this definitely fired bullet. Like, it is not a casing, it is the bullet that is held up by this small bird.
I have a question that I just realized probably needs to be answered. What happened to the bullets that Harmon shot into me?
I mean,
You know, now
were
would probably
healed.
be a great time to roll that history check.
Yeah, roll history
Oh, yeah.
check. The moment you see the bullet, you have like you have a brain blast.
Flashback.
That was a great time to roll in 19.
Yeah, the moment she holds up the bullet, you're just like, I was shot. I was a werewolf. I tried
Twice!
to kill you. I was shot. Like, it all hits you at once.
Oh, I was shot. I tried to kill you. Actually, that one's not that surprising.
Yeah.
But I am so sorry for scaring you all. Where are those bullets?
Did you want a stick?
He was shot in the back twice.
Yeah.
I might have went through.
Where are those bullets?
Yeah.
I would assume because you have resistance, it doesn't penetrate you.
The one that knocked you out definitely went in, and you were healed, so there are no current wounds.
So either I got a bullet inside me or the healing pushed it out.
Mm-hmm.
I would like
Yeah.
to point out, when I healed you, I kind of just closed the wounds. I didn't think to pull anything out of you.
So you have left
Ki-
lead in my body.
I imagine lead's a bit too expensive for Harmon. Steel, maybe?
Steel is definitely more expensive than lead.
To be quite fair, I've got a lot of metal in me.
You do?
You
And
do?
he's kind of rolls up his sleeves, and you see all these like scars on his arms. He's like, yeah, I mean, when you're working with hot metal.
Well, now you're buddies.
Oh.
Twink, I have a small favor to ask.
You want me to get the bullets out of you?
You read my mind.
You all can do this later, can you?
Well, you guys can
Pretty
go.
cool.
I don't really know what
Well,
this has to do
lead
with you.
is
We shall.
poisonous when inside your body, and I would prefer to stay alive.
Is it poison?
Where-
It's poison.
And Kieran will take the knife he just got and give it to Twink.
And he takes it, and he just kind of looks at Socrates.
It's at this point
Hello,
that
buddy.
Dolores turns around and starts walking towards the weapons shop. He's like, let's go. We shouldn't.
Also
we
going
should
to the
go."
weapon shop.
Notice
Twink,
is
we're in
gonna
a
fall after
public
the-
place. I ask for minimal bloodshed.
I'm not
And
the
for you to
surgeon, and he
check-
just kind of puts the knife into the body.
In my back, correct?
Yeah, can you make a medicine check as you stab him in the
Yeah.
fucking back?
To be fair, I was right there when he got shot,
yeah,
so I do know
where he got
exactly
shot.
where he got shot.
Yeah,
Wait, what kind of check am I making?
Medicine.
It don't matter. I rolled a 1.
You fucking stab. Just like no surgical precision to it at all. You just stab him in the
To be
back.
fair-
But you don't judge height correctly as you're doing it, and you kind of stumble a little, and you give a solid like twist and an angle to the knife. And Socks, you just feel like ah.
And I just go, oh.
Did you at least
Hang on, before you do anything.
know it's a 1d4 plus something?
Yeah, you take 7 damage. You take.
Great.
I'm out for the day. Good
Hey,
luck with that.
Socks. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, not Twink's about to beat the shit out of you.
Fucking Thank God. It's an 18. We're
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah, you have a moment as the pain hits you. You just feel like adrenaline surge in your system, and you're all the joints in your body kind of tense, and you feel your back kind of like it's about like you're turned into a werewolf. And you take a very deep breath,
And I
and there's
reach
just
in
a
and
knife
pet
stuck in
shoes.
your back.
I reach down and pet. I reach in my. Oh wait, no, I don't have shoes. Never mind. Fuck that. Lotus still has my fucking cat.
I have
Yeah, I
shoes.
think the shoes is just chilling in the pocket.
By the way, Shoes was flying through the air in Lotus's pocket.
That cat's having a time.
Cat's having a good day.
Socks quietly goes. Do you at least think you hit the right spot?
Not even a little bit.
Would you mind poking on my back where it is?
And he pokes the knife.
He pokes the knife. It kind of hurts.
Socks goes. Now make a very small incision, and I will get the bullet out myself.
Oh! And he pulls the knife out. Twink's not a surgeon.
Hey, Socks, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
16.
Okay, you immediately put pressure on the wound and don't begin bleeding profusely. Archibald at this point kind of sits there and he goes, I probably should have said this, but the stabbing was just really fast and sudden. Most healing magic takes whatever is in you and pushes it out.
Socks immediately turns in the direction of Kieran.
That's unfortunate.
Socks immediately turns in the direction of Kieran, takes the knife from Twink, and throws it next to his foot. Not Twink's foot, Kieran's.
Kieran's walking away.
Then he's going to throw it at Kieran.
He's gonna throw it at Kieran.
He's going to throw it at Kieran.
Make a ranged attack.
Bet.
I love how I stab Socks and he's throwing the knife at Kieran.
I don't know what the hit DC is for a modifier. Like, I don't know what the hit DC is for the knife. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna assume
finesse? If it's finesse, it's dexterity.
It's finesse, so it'd be a dexterity.
Then that's a 15.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That hits. Kieran, as you roll for damage. That's a D4 plus 2. This is a D4.
That's a D4 plus 2. Great.
Great. That's for not knowing how your own magic works.
Oh Jesus, man.
That's a 6.
6. Kieran, as you're walking, all of a sudden a knife just slams into your back, just under your shoulder blade.
I look back.
And you just see Twig pointing at Socks.
And Socks flicking him off.
You.
And Socks flicking him
I
off.
healed you.
You can't lift that hand up. There's a knife in your fucking shoulder.
And you didn't know your magic takes the bullets out!
Why would I know that? You're the professor.
It's your magic!
Dolus is walking
Not
away
mine.
and he puts his hands
Borrowed.
on Lotus's ears. And he's just like holding it and walking like towards the weapon shop.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the knife out of my back, cleaning it, back on my belt.
What's happening?
By the way, how much did I pass that wisdom saving throw by?
For being a werewolf?
Yeah.
3.
Oh yeah, no, so that was... Yeah, no, that was 100% just pure wolf rage that made him throw it at him.
Oh, Karen's not in a good place.
Kieran is not in a good place. You're the toll of the day is really hitting you.
Yeah.
You got what is that, 6 health now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I.
You and Socks are both having a really rough time.
A lot of my roughness is on Socks.
I mean, to be fair, he asked me to take the bullet out of him.
And I did give you the knife.
You didn't give him a knife.
He's also,
I did
to be fair, Twink is the only one nearby who knows where the bullet is and that he trusts even a little bit.
If I didn't have the knife, I was going to use my tools to get it out, which would have been some tongs and a chisel. Probably would have been a lot more surgical, but I was given a knife.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
So Socks is going to turn to Twink and go, do you have gauze?
That I don't have, actually.
Cloth and some tape.
Well, and he kind of looked down and he just kind of rips off part of the jacket that he has, the guild jacket that he kind of wears around his waist. He just rips part of it off and kind of gives it to you.
That'll do. And he just kind of holds it over the wound to stop any bleeding that he might do. Let's go find Walk.
Noah, make a medicine check.
19 plus 3.
You don't make it any worse. You're good. All right. Birds and Kieran, weapon shop.
This is a really unlucky knife. Kid, you want it? And I passed the knife to...
We're ahead of you at this point because you had an altercation with the knife.
Yeah,
in your
you
bag.
stop. So you catch up to Lotus, who is now at the door of this shop, and hand her a knife.
As time goes on, I'm beginning to realize how
Lotus takes
fucking
it.
weird this city is, by the way. I was stabbed, and then I threw a knife at someone else, and no one said a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you, but motherfuckers die on the scaffolding.
Yeah.
People don't say anything.
I stole 2 barrel lids from a dude, and all I had to do was tell him that they were mine. And he was like, all right.
Yeah.
That's really it. That's really it.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, I just can't.
So you give the knife to Lotus.
Yeah.
Dolus takes it before he gives it to Lotus. She just kind of turns it around and hands it back to Kieran. It's like, we don't want your unlucky weapons.
Yeah, spent some time in my back, literally and figuratively.
Even
actually.
more reason that I don't want your weapon.
I have a stupid question.
Yeah.
I'm cursed. He's an Azamar.
Yeah.
Both of our bloods are on that blade.
It didn't do anything.
Nah.
Okay, just to be sure.
That'd be fine.
I didn't mean infection. I was like, is that bad for him?
Nah.
Is it necrotic? If it's necrotic, I resist it.
Lotus is just gonna walk into the skipper.
Okay.
And with Dolus as well.
Yeah, keep going.
You walk in, and you immediately come across this really buff, towering, big orc man who stops at the door and looks down at you and goes, "Hi."
Hello?
Then he steps out of the way and he just goes to over to a counter and is rifling through stuff.
So you sell weapons here?
And he goes, "They sell weapons here, yeah."
Oh. But not you specifically?
And he looks at you, and then he looks away, and just as he's about to speak, suddenly you hear a voice. You just hear a voice go, "He doesn't sell any weapons here!"
Where's that voice coming from?
Excuse me?
Angels?
From behind the
Is
counter,
it your mom?
a goblin comes out and goes, "I'm sick of everyone thinking he's the one who sells the weapons here!"
You're green!
To be fair, he was the one out front.
He goes, "Yeah, a lot of people are out front."
Is there a lot of people in here? Look around the shop. Is there a lot of people in here?
Oh, there's 2 people in there perusing. And there's a lot of people outside.
Dolus, he's
Yeah.
green. Very green.
Have you never seen a goblin before?
We have not. We are not from around here.
Kind of looks at you and he goes, "Yeah, I'm green."
Can I take a look around the shop?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 17. Oh, I have to roll with disadvantage.
I should look around
Oh,
too.
16. 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay. We'll use his for all of you. It's a significantly cleaner shop than Sally's. There are weapon racks on the walls, and then for bows and staves, there's 2 barrels in the middle that they're all just kind of put in there.
Mhm.
And there's not a lot going on. There's no smithing or forging kind of area. It's literally just a big room with weapons on the walls and those 2 barrels and the counter.
Dolus kind of leans over to Lotus like, well, what were you looking for? What kind of weapon would you like?
You know how I throw darts?
Yes.
I used 3 of them when we fought the big snake dude.
Excuse me, do you sell darts?
And he goes, "For the game!"
No, for the attacking.
I mean, you could use the ones from the game for that.
You could, but she doesn't.
I would love that.
Oh, hang on. And he goes behind the counter and he pulls out a little basket and he starts tossing arrowheads and stuff out of it. And he goes, "I got 2.
How much for them?
Silver a piece."
Right, and then Dolus hands over the silver.
Okay, you hand 2 silver and he gives the darts to Lotus and he goes, "What are you doing giving a kid a knife?"
When there's a spear right attached to her back.
She's a lot stronger than you'd think.
I mean, everyone's a lot stronger than me. That's not really the issue. I'm asking why you're giving a kid a weapon.
She's good at using
I'm
them.
strong.
Okay, still not the question, but that's fine. He just goes behind the counter again, and you hear some struggling, and then you see him again He's sitting on a very tall stool that he pulled himself up on.
Mr. I didn't. Did you give us your name?
No, I did not.
Mr. Weapons. Oh,
Did you just say Mr. Weapons?
yeah.
Do
you have a chain? You have a chain.
A chain?
Yes.
Like for chaining things up?
Preferably, yes.
No!
Oh.
This is a weapon shop.
I imagine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess you could hit somebody with a chain. That would actually hurt really bad.
That
And
was
he
what I
turns
was
to the orc
thinking
and he
too.
goes, "You start bringing me chains."
What are you looking to chain up?
Well, I haven't decided yet. But we do have a friend.
So fucking weird, Karen.
No, I was gonna answer it. I was gonna answer it.
Oh,
I was gonna answer
wait,
it.
let him answer.
It was, well, I haven't decided yet, but we do have a pal who might need it.
Can
Right.
Socks
The
walk
rope
in at
didn't
this
work
moment?
last time.
You were going to
No.
look for walk.
Oh yeah, we were going to look for walk.
Yeah.
So as he says this, he's like, well, the pal that we'd have, I think if he found them, he would be putting you in the chains.
It could also be for climbing.
For
I
for
have
climbing.
help.
For climbing? Did you say for climbing?
I can't fly for very long.
That's not the issue. How are you going to climb with chains?
You know, I thought I'd buy the chains and I'd figure it out when I got there. If I'm totally being honest, I walked into a weapon shop and realized I have all the weapons I need, but I'm here and I want to buy something. I didn't get to buy
The
anything.
goblin goes, "That's very kind of you. A lot of people just come in here and then they look at my stuff."
Yeah, but it feels weird to leave a shop if you didn't buy anything, doesn't it?
Thank you. That's rude as shit.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. You don't have a chain then?
No, I already said no.
Oh. Okay.
The fish shop next door might.
Yeah.
They mostly
Nah,
have
I'll
rope.
leave. I walk out.
He looks back at you two and goes, "Either of you want anything else?"
Was there anything else you wanted?
I just want more darts.
You wouldn't happen to have any more darts, is that all?
Do I look like the kind of person who makes stuff? I just kind of get whatever shows up on the docks.
Hmm.
However, and he like leads down and he comes up and he like plops down a short sword and he goes, "Pulled this out of a guy's back 2 days ago."
Right.
I'll give it to you cheap.
That's all right. I think you can keep it.
And he points at Lotus. He goes, "You
No.
seem like the pokey type."
No.
How much?
And he goes, "Well, so you see, I didn't actually have to go far for it because the guy was like 10 feet outside the door when the shop closed at the end of the night. So 1 gold."
No.
But
No.
Did he sell the murderer that weapon?
There is dried blood on the sword. It is not clean. It is not clean.
Let's go. And he just says to Lotus as he like grabs her hand.
oh, okay.
And he goes,
Bye bye.
"Wait, I've got some arrows I pulled out of a guy last week."
I like your
Dolus.
ears.
Dolus
Yeah.
stops and he turns around. He's like, "Do you have crossbow bolts?
Yeah.
I'd like some of those, actually."
I
You
want
gonna get the sword too?
No.
He like puts the sword back and he's like, "Can't get rid of that thing."
I wonder why.
Over to a little like cabinet he has, and he opens it up, and there are multiple bundles of arrows and crossbow bolts. He goes, "How many do you want?"
How many comes in a bundle?
10?
And how much for a bundle?
gold.
I'll take one.
He grabs some of them and he puts them up on the counter, and he just holds his little hand out.
And Dolus gives him the 3 gold. A pleasure doing business.
And he goes, "For one of us!" And he drops off. He just starts going through one of the boxes that he's got behind the counter.
And then Dolus will start walking out.
Bye-bye, green man.
Bye-bye, bird girl!
And Lotus just follows.
Alright, Socks, Twink. You gonna go look for Walk?
I guess. I mean, I think I've done enough damage.
As Fox walks along, he loosens his belt, takes it off, and ties it around the wound to hold the rag in place.
Make another medicine check, bro.
I'm gonna fail one of these. But luckily, it's not this one.
You managed to secure the patchy
I didn't
jacket.
even tell you what I got!
You said it was good. What'd you get?
It's a 16 plus 3, 19.
Yeah,
again.
so, okay. You managed to secure it. You are not bleeding any further.
Yeah, now I don't have to hold it. I get both hands.
There you go.
So I'll be real honest, Socrates. I wasn't listening when Walk said where we should find him.
I believe he said that he would meet us at the docks. So I figure if we walk in that direction, we're bound to run into that tower of a man.
He'll probably be holding some spoons.
More than likely. And so they make their way back toward the dock in search of Walk. We're going on a dock walk for Walk.
You're going on a dock walk to Walk. Both of you are... One of you roll perception with advantage, because you're both looking for him.
Me or you, bud?
I don't care.
I'll do it.
Okay.
That's a 19 plus 5. So 24.
Yeah, as you're walking down, you can clearly see on the deck of that ship. You arrived earlier, Walk, talking with someone in, like, full pirate regalia. Like, the full, like, coat, tricorn hat with a feather, like 6 different guns strapped to various holsters. She looks like the, like, dream definition of a pirate captain.
Socks immediately loses all amount of cool. Like, just all amount of his, like, usually professional stature gone. The second there's a woman like that, done.
He's really into pirates.
Oh God!
Pirate ladies.
Is Quake gonna have to horny jail bonk fucking Socks?
I assume
Could you
she's very
imagine him
pretty.
bringing a magical hammer out and just bonking it
You
with it?
can't see all the details as you're walking down the stairs. You can just tell from, like, the gate of her.
Okay, then I'm just gonna call my shot here. I'm just gonna call my shot here, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
All right.
Socks walks down and kind of, like, you know, readjusts himself, like, gets the cloak back, fixes his messenger bag, trying to look like he's not bleeding from his back right now.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to look like I didn't just get stabbed in the back.
But you did.
Appearances are important.
To who?
Okay, can I just take a moment to say appearances are important, says the man in a raggedy suit with a 5 o'clock shadow and disheveled hair.
Some people are into that.
You look like a hobo that found a suit.
Hey, it's mended, so it's still pretty in shape. It's just a little dirty.
Okay. Okay.
So, whatever. Socks
And
walks
he
down.
smells
And
like wet dog. Don't forget that bit.
in all of his years of being a professor, he wants to look as presentable as possible. Fuck you guys.
All right, you're good. You're good. You're
And
good. You come.
Yeah.
So Socks walks down and goes, Walk!
Walk hears you. He turns back, and you guys, having gone down the rest of the stairs, can no longer see onto the deck of the boat because you're now kind of looking up at it. It's
All right.
smaller than the Fogslip was, but it's definitely got significantly more firepower. there's like a solid dozen cannons on just the side you're seeing.
I like.
I like it.
So Walk turns back to you. You can just see like from the belly up to him, and he goes, "Hey, good to see you."
Yeah, yes, quite nice to see you too. You did tell us to meet you. Well, here 2 of us are. The others will be joining us shortly.
Good to hear. So I have managed to secure passage. And you immediately, the moment he says that, you hear a voice behind him go, "You haven't secured shit!" And he goes, "I am very close to securing passage." And she goes, "You know, I like you. You know I like you. But you can't just assume I'm going to let that crazy man on my boat."
Socks takes 3 steps to the right so he can see around Walk.
The angle you're at, you can't see who he's talking to. She's further onto the deck.
Okay. and he just kind of yells in the direction that he heard the voice. A pleasure. I'm Socrates, and this here is Twink Tenseeker.
Don't introduce me to people.
There's a really long pause from the deck of the ship, and Walk like turns back and he goes, "Reconsidering?" And she goes, "Well, I mean, they're fine. I'm concerned about the man who has sunk 4 of the ships he's been on."
To be fair, this one was snakes. 2 snakes, really big. Almost took my arm off, one of them.
She takes a real deep breath. You just hear a really long sigh. And then you hear, Fine. You can all come. You're pulling your weight. And if Harmon tries to say this is his ship, I'm putting him in the ground."
Twink kind of starts elbowing Socks and goes, "I weigh a lot less than you guys."
He goes, "You know what? You're right. But you are very good with machinery, so I'm sure she'll figure it out."
It's a wooden boat.
That's a good point. And Socks goes, "That's the same agreement we made with Harmon. I just don't think he remembered any of our names long enough to tell us to do anything."
The moment you say that, you hear behind you, "Your name is Boots and his name is Trinket."
You know, I'll actually take that.
Behind you, in a barrel, now having popped out of it, is Harmon.
Socks kind of jumps a little bit and goes, "Harmon, that is actually the closest you've been all day."
He goes, I'll get there. I go,
You actually got mine spot on. Trinket it is.
Walk, still looking down, goes, "Harmon, I told you not to try and hide in the barrel. She'd just shoot you if you came out of it on board." And you hear the other voice go, "It's true, I would." And he goes, "She'd have to find me first." I've stowed away on smaller boats.
Socks looks at Harmon and goes, "There's a metaphor for this somewhere."
You were probably there when it was invented.
You hear the voice go, "Load everything up, get your crew on. I'm sailing tonight." And Walk goes, You're not even taking a day? You just got here." And she goes, "And I'm leaving." And then Walk turns back down to you and goes, "Well, you heard the lady."
You know where I'm from. It's quite rude not to introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now. And he's gonna go back and go get the others.
That's fair.
Okay. Socks, do you go up on the deck?
I go up on the deck.
Yeah, you go up the ramp. Walk is now like alone at the helm, fiddly with something as he walks down towards you.
What you got there?
Spoons.
Yes.
Right. Lotus, really likes you for that.
The mom is a bit short-tempered. Don't piss her off.
The who?
The mom, the captain, the woman I was talking.
Right. By the way, and he kind of leans in. I hear Lotus actually got a new spoon today. I'm sure if you ask her about it, it'll make her whole day.
He kind of looks at you like with this like flash of like joyous curiosity. That he goes, "If you need me, I'll be in the galley." Her old cook, her old cook asked questions. She's short tempered. So I'll be back to make you the grub, and he gives you like a slap on the back, and then he immediately heads down the stairs.
And then just a legitimate groan of just like, right walk. And he just limps his way up to...
We're gonna cut back to Twink, who now, walking up the stairs, encounters the rest of you.
Lotus is just twirling a dart between her fingers. Very happy.
Walk found us a boat.
He did?
Spoon Man?
Is Harmon gonna be the captain?
I don't believe so.
Lovely.
But I do believe Harmon will be there. Which might be more dangerous.
Well, Lotus, you're gonna get a few more bullets.
She better not.
Don't test your luck with Harmon.
Where is this boat? Have they procured
I don't
it
know.
on the boat?
Socrates was acting real funny when I left him alone, so we best get back. He might fuck something up. I mean,
blood loss.
The Wolfman
Maybe
was
he's-
acting funny and you left him alone.
yeah, seemed like the best thing to do.
Maybe he's shoes deficient.
Deficient. There you go. Good job.
No, he definitely had his shoes on.
She means the creature.
Oh, forget. It's not.
It's his
That's.
shoes. Look at shoes.
Yes, I know. I've
The
talked to
cat-
shoes before.
The cat is now dry and is in the hands.
Now
The
that
moment she's held out to Twink, she goes, "Hi."
Hello there.
Right, shall we get to this boat?
Oh, by the way, Lotus, I think she might be a little hungry.
I've got bread.
Bread?
Let's not give the cat bread. Let's not do that.
Give the bird
I'll have-
bread. Just
I know. I know.
Bread.
I've got one of my own, and Searing go, like having not picking up, like, and I just break a piece of the bread and give it to Lotus. It's
and
flavored.
she's gonna put it into her bag for later.
It's flavored.
Twink's gonna pull
It's
out a thing of
flavored.
jerky and start
Yeah, y'all know.
ripping it into little pieces and handing it over to Lotus and go, "You could try giving her these."
Just gonna start feeding.
I forgot Shoes loves jerky.
Yeah, Shoes starts nomming down. She's making the really like fast cat eating noise where it's like
And out of
in your
character.
pocket. In your pocket.
Okay, follow me to the boat.
Oh
Right.
yay!
Back on the water. Went lovely last time.
Alright, we
So-
just follow.
You guys get down. This boat is significantly like it is shorter than the Fogslip was, but a little longer. It's all black wood except for the trim, which is this really nice redwood. And it on the side in a really nice golden writing is the Bordelace.
Border lace?
Bordelace.
Oh,
It is Bourbdelais.
Is that another language? Is that French?
It's-
Feels French.
it's definitely another language.
Feels
French.
French.
The Sylvan? Oh.
It is French. It is French. It is French.
I have no idea what it means,
means,
but I can recognize French.
Right.
French.
Different
What's that
than-
from?
Isn't that a sauce?
You guys see Socks. Like the moment you guys start going up the gangplank, you see Socks sitting there, kind of holding his side from, knife wound, general discomfort, and Harmon is sitting right next to him, just talking.
Yes! Yes!
I'm sorry, I'm gonna need to know what he's been saying to me.
So for the last 20 minutes while Twink went and got other people, he was regaling you with how the first 4 of his ships sank. So right now he goes, and the 4th one, I call it Fogslip the 2nd. The one you were on was the 3rd. So 4th one, you see, there was a shoal. There was this shoal, and I didn't see it. But Eggold saw it. He called me a fool. But I'm no fool. I wasn't gonna be torn away by a simple shoal between me and my goal. But you see, the problem was, that shoal full of man-eating clams.
Lotus flies over. It's like, Socks!
I thought the Fogslip was your 4th boat.
Hi, Socks.
He just kind of sits there and he goes,
Hi, Lotus.
what was it? And he shouts and he's like, Marm! Which boat was my last boat? And you hear a shout from in the captain's cabin like, I don't know, you old kook.
I just like to point out of RP that Harmon gets Eggold's name right when he isn't there. But when he was, he calls him like Dennis or something.
And I see you brought shoes, kind of just indicating the little ears poking out of her pocket.
I fed her. She's very cute.
What
She
did you
wanted to
feed her?
fly. Something that was in Twink's pocket.
Probably the jerky, that's fine. Well, Lotus, did you find anything interesting while you were gone?
Pulls out a dart.
Oh, more of those. Actually, when I was in Shadestep, I learned to use darts as well.
Are you good at throwing darts?
I would say that I'm probably not as good as you, but I definitely have some amount of skill in them.
I am the master of dart throwing. You want to
Guess
throw dart shoes?
No, she is a baby and doesn't have thumbs.
Well, that's
Does
fair.
Lotus
That's
have
fair. Lotus has thumbs.
Okay.
Well, Harmon, as riveting as this conversation has been,
What conversation? Do you want to hear about how my other boats sank? All 6 of them.
There are 6?
we will save that for a conversation over dinner. Sound nice?
It does.
Dinner?
I hope
Food?
she's got pickles on board.
I'm just glad she has cannons on board.
Who needs cannons?
Dolus walks up and he
Well, in case
asks,
you forgot, when giant sea snakes attack, cannons
what are
would be
cannons?
helpful.
there was a thing in Twink's notebook. It's the thing that
Oh, the
they,
really cool thingy, and there's like
Right.
a bunch of lines and
Yeah.
Okay.
They're used for attacking things. So Dolus walks up and he asks, "Who is she?" Because they mentioned
The
it.
moment you ask that, a door is knocked ajar, the door to the captain's cabin, and the woman who Twink and Socks vaguely saw earlier steps out, still in her full kit, but now carrying a bunch of bundles of muskets. She goes, "That would be me.
And you are.
They call me Lorelei. It's very nice to meet you."
My name is Dolus.
Socks cocks his head to the side. Lorelei?
You immediately recognize
Heard that
the
name.
barmaid who recommended you go to the Fox just the previous morning. But now she is in full full pirate captain regalia.
Oh shit.
Well, that's a hell of a promotion.
Is she wearing?
She's got a big tricorn hat with a feather.
Lotus
and
is
she-
going to like get off from the floor and zoom over to her. It's like, hat.
She kind of looks down at you and she goes, "Who brought the kid?"
I apologize. After you told me about the Fogslip, we ran into them. They were attempting to hide, as Atronon showed up, and well, now.
She goes, "What are you apologizing for?" I like the kid. And she like looks down at you.
To be fair, she told me about the ship, and then I told you about the ship.
The check was handed to me.
I handed you the
It was
check.
put on the table.
Oh,
Queen
yeah,
took
it's
it and then
signed.
handed it to you.
And that was
I would like to believe she was telling us both.
I'm sure
She
you
goes,
would.
"You can believe whatever you want," and she like walks past you and hands all the muskets to Harmon, and she goes, "These go below. You don't keep them."
Lotus is
And he goes,
staring at the hat.
"Right, I only keep one." And she goes, "No, no. Cargo." And he goes, "Right, I only keep two." And he goes to the stairs.
So, Lorelei, the last time we saw you, you were working at a tavern. Were we gone for longer than we thought?
It depends on how long you thought you were gone. And also, I'm allowed to do multiple things with my time.
You know, quite right. I believe we were only gone for about 4 hours. When was the last time you saw us?
I last saw you a month ago. I assume Harmon got you lost at sea. You're very frustrated. You're very bothered. He sunk his ship. Yada yada. Glad you made it. And she just like walks to the helm.
a month ago.
Socks
was a
is
month ago?
frozen in place.
Dolus walks up. What was a month ago?
Apparently this
We
morning.
left on the Fogslip.
No, that was not
Yesterday?
long. Yeah.
And he just slowly turns to Archibald.
Archibald's not with you guys.
Where's Archibald?
Oh yeah.
Archibald, I like how none of you guys were like, "What's
Was
Archibald?"
Archibald with Twink and Socks?
Yeah, he
He
was
was with
with
Twink
us.
and Socks, but then he like when Twink went to fight you guys, he went below deck. He's not there.
Oh. I thought he was like still on in Enshasla.
Socks is then just gonna slowly raise his hand and sprint downstairs.
Twink wants to go follow the captain.
Okay.
I
so
also want to follow the captain because I like her hat.
you there, get
I'm
her hat.
following Lotus.
I want
I-
to go to Archibald because I've got questions too.
Okay, so the two of you, Kieran rushes after Socks for downstairs, while Dolus stays where he is, and the three of you follow a couple feet to the helm.
Well,
Where?
no. I said Dolus follows Lotus.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you're all just she's at the helm. She literally just walks from like the
I got
doors for the captain's room to the helm.
I got a real important question, actually. Well, it's not real important, but it's a little more important than the ones you've been asked.
She's got like one hand on the wheel, and she turns to you and she goes, "Yes, Master Gnome."
Is there any wire on this ship?
And she kind of sits there for a second, and she goes, "What kind of what? What?
Yeah, I mean, any kind will work.
Like fishing wire?
Sure.
Net wire? Oh, yeah. Plenty below deck.
Okay,
We
cool.
keep
Do you mind if
everything in
I
car-
do you mind if I steal some?
What
Probably
for?
about 50 feet worth.
What for?
And he pulls a fishing rod out of his bag. For
And
this!
just like as it comes out, she gets the whole thing. She goes, "Ah, of course."
Cool,
He's
thanks.
like-
And then he's gonna go down deck.
He's just with the fishing rod over his head, running around.
Yep.
She like as he hops down the stairs, she just goes, "You better be really good." And she turns to Dolus and Lotus and like looks down and she goes, "Yeah."
Do you have another hat?
And she goes, "Yeah."
Can I have it?
Yeah, excuse me. This is my younger sister. She thinks that your hat is quite splendid, and she was very interested in it.
Lorelai gets down on one knee, so she is like eye level with you, and she goes, "You want a hat? Can you earn a hat?"
Depends.
She goes,
I'm very
"Pull your
good at
weight
things.
around here, and I will give you a hat."
What does that mean?
She takes a deep breath as she stands up and she goes, "You," and Dolus, and she goes, "I assume
Yes.
you and your group can do something."
We can do a lot of different things.
"Make my life easier on this ship, and I will make your life continue on this ship.
Right.
Make my life harder on this ship, and a hat is the last thing you'll have to worry about."
Right. Thank you, Miss Lorelai.
And she like gives you like a really stern nod, and then she smiles down at Lotus and gives her a little pat on the head.
Excuse me, where is this ship headed?
And she goes, "Well, first things first, I have to go to Shadestep. I have a whole load of cargo I have to deliver. Then I go to Yubawa, I pick a few more things up, and I come back here.
Right.
It's like, normally I stop in the Empire, but for various reasons, I've decided to stop."
Right. I understand. Thank you. Let's go. He listens to Lotus,
Okay.
and then they walk out.
I'm assuming into the ship.
Yeah,
Mhm.
y'all go
And
into the
follow
ship.
after where Socks and
Socks and Kieran
Kieran ran
sprint
off.
down into the hold. It's somewhat similar to what the Fogslip was, bit wider. There are actually cannons also, which are currently being like maintained and worked on by a few crew members.
I would like to find Archibald.
Are you just gonna search the whole ship for Archibald?
I will find that fucking elf.
Yeah.
Where you going? Where you going first?
Well, let's check this room first.
He's not in this room.
I split up so we can cover more ground.
Okay.
I have not
roll-
communicated with him at all.
No. Yeah, I didn't expect
Both
it.
of you roll perception.
14. Wait,
17 total.
Now both of you pick a
16.
direction, front and back.
back.
I guess I'm going front.
Kieran finds Archibald first. He goes to the back. He finds the galley straight away, and he finds Archibald sitting on a counter, doodling as Walk goes through all of the various potential instruments for cooking.
Hey, Archibald.
Oh, hi. What was?
We met earlier. We met about a month ago, I suppose. I had a...
Archibald kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, "We met today, this morning, and we didn't really meet because you didn't tell me your name."
No. Did I not? Oh, I'm Kieran.
Oh, okay. Archibald just kind of shakes your hand.
Right.
And he starts writing, and he's like, "I'm sorry if we met earlier and I forgot. The last couple months have been really crazy with the Empire. And, really casual, awkward conversation for a second."
Hey, Archibald. And I lower my voice. Anybody in the room besides Walk?
No, Galley's in.
Okay. Archibald, when you teleported us, did you teleport us instantly?
And he goes,
Like how Misty Step is supposed to work?
and he sits there and he goes, "Well, I mean, that many people and that far, things get a little funky. I'm sorry. I know we apparently skipped a couple hours and all landed in the air, so I'm really
Oh,
about
no.
that."
I landed somewhere else. When you teleported me, I didn't go with the rest of them. I went... Yeah, I don't know. It was like a dream. It was ethereal. It was cloudy. There were eyes. And
Did you get stuck in the Feywild while you were crossing?
I don't know.
I know it's weird, but
no, there were eyes. Look, a giant humanoid. Do you know what that is?
He sits there for a second. He goes, "No. When I go through the Feywilds, I usually end up in woods.
I've never been through the Feywilds, and I don't think I did. Those weren't woods. Right. A few hours.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
It's been what?
It's been What did you do to us?
I just big misty stepped everybody.
Through time?
I don't know. Like he immediately panics. And he goes, "Oh my god, we skipped a month. Oh my god, we skipped a month.
We skipped. Do you have any appointments during this month?
No, I don't have anything going on actually. But so I mean, when you go through the other planes, time is weird, but it's usually like a few minutes weird. It's not usually like a month weird. By now, Socks, you would have checked the front of the ship and not found Tim.
Immediately going to the back.
Yeah, so you come in as Archibald is panicking. Oh my god.
Walks in, sees Kieran, sees Archibald, goes.
Oh my god, a month.
Walks in, sees Kieran, sees Archibald, grabs Kieran by the shoulders, pushes him out the door, closes it.
Okay. Karen just stand there.
Archibald has not stopped going, "Oh my god, a month." He is
walks over to
hyperventilating.
Archibald, gently grabs his shoulders.
He like freezes and he's like, "I skipped a month." He looks up at you. "I skipped us ahead a month."
How do you know chronomancy?
Chronomancy. Well, no, it is chronomancy when it's the time one. Yeah, so that's a sub school. So yeah.
How do you know chronomancy?
And he goes, I don't know anything. I know how to do this. And he just pressed the digitation and the sparks shoot up, but it's not happy.
We left yesterday.
Yeah.
Or this morning, actually.
Yeah.
A month ago.
Yeah.
You and I are going to need to do some serious research.
Okay.
Because when I last met that lovely captain upstairs, she was a barmaid.
Yeah.
Which is concerning, because there are several theories with chronomancy. I mean, of course, there's always the linear theory to where, we just jump in different spots in the same timeline, but then there's also the branching, butterfly effect, in fact, to where everything sort of splits off.
Did I break the planet?
I'm not quite sure.
The other three of you are down in the hold now. Twink, you probably sprinted all the way straight down to go get Wire. Yep. But the other two of you are seeing Kieran at the door of the galley and hearing shouting on the other side.
Hi, temporary Birdman.
Hi, permanent bird girl.
I'm surprised you used temporary. Nice.
Yeah.
And he puts up like a little high five. And then Dolus just turns to Kieran. He's like, what's going on in there?
I think Archibald is freaking out about magic, and Socrates is talking about magic, and I got kicked out. You're welcome to walk in. He only kicked me out.
Right. I'll do that. And he kind of gestures for him. He's like, can I get through?
Oh, yeah. And I just stepped aside. I wasn't asked to watch the door.
Dolus just walks in. And then he's just like, oh. He sees Archibald freaking out and Socks holding him his shoulder. He's like, hello, Socrates.
Socks turns back and goes, we can continue this conversation later.
Archibald goes, are we older? Are we younger? Did everyone get here? I don't know.
Socks turns back to Lotus and goes, Lotus!
Does a Lotus matter?
Yeah?
You know what? I have an idea. Lotus, how old are you?
2? A little under 2?
Archibald looks at you really confused because he doesn't know how your cocker age works. He doesn't-
He looks at him and goes, "We haven't aged a day."
You asked me this earlier.
Yeah, you all keep talking about a month. What happened last month?
Archibald goes, I threw us a month forward in time.
That's impossible.
Apparently it's not.
Wait,
Because I did it.
So much
I
for
did it.
Westwood
And he,
secrets.
slides down the counter, like the counter he's at, and he just like cradles his head. He's like,
To be fair to you, it is kind of impressive. If you want to take any solace in that, I think it is kind of impressive.
you're just calling out from like the open door.
No, I go through. It is kind of impressive.
You like the
I
Scooby
didn't know
Doo
you
pop
could
your
do
head
that.
out.
he's just making the long sound as he's like,
Lotus is
curled
gonna
up.
walk over and just plop and sit next to Archibald.
Walk is still going through the cabinets and goes, I feel fine. I feel great.
So do we
I don't
know?
feel a day older than 26.
Do we know?
How old are
that-
you?
39.
Do we
You've
know
aged
if?
wonderfully.
Do we know if we went ahead a month or if a month has just passed?
There is
I
no
don't see
difference.
what?
No, like as in like I'm saying like were we still just did we like time leap a month or did we just were we just unconscious somewhere for a month?
You do not know.
Like that's what I'm trying to ask. Like Socks.
Well, unless we were unconscious in the sky, I have to assume we just jumped.
We were falling for quite a while.
Not that long. I'm pretty sure you
I went
noticed
somewhere
a month.
else.
Right. Where did you go? You mentioned this earlier.
He told me and I'm still like, he told me the Feywild. I don't know what that is for sure,
I don't.
but there were
either.
some giant eyes, and I think it crushed me to death. And then I woke up in a room and got arrested. And then I met you. You all know what happened from there. Thanks for that, by the way, Socks. And I lean back out the door.
Anyways, turns back. He's just like, so how does this impact us at all?
I suppose it doesn't. It's not like we had anywhere we needed to be. But a month has passed since the unreliables became illegal. And we have no idea where is safe. So you and I, and he points at Archibald, need to go have a conversation with the captain.
Yubua.
Archibald is still just.
Lotus is gonna take out the Bear of Awakening and start rubbing it against his face.
He just does not react. He's just dead.
Dolus is gonna take out his blanket and put it over Archibald.
Oh, he's got a shock blanket. He's in shock. Twink, we're gonna cut to you down in the cargo hold.
Sure. I mean, after I find my wire, I'm running back upstairs and I'm fishing.
All right, you found you are up on deck.
I'm tossing some line in. I'm throwing some jerky on the end of that, and whoo!
Okay. The rest of the gang appears at the top of the stairs, and Twink is just sitting there fishing.
Like
All of us?
he's up.
Archibald
he's up,
included?
He's up on like the side railing with like just kicking his feet off the edge. Like he could literally like if a big bite came, he'd just be pulled into the water.
He's just he's just chilling there.
Did Lotus go up with them?
Yes.
Okay.
What
Lotus
did
is-
you? I mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, Lotus is gonna go up.
Did we get Archibald, or am I like dragging him?
Archibald is coming with you, but he is dead to the world, like muttering.
When Twink sees you guys, he's like, "Y'all are making such a fuss over a wee little month."
What are you doing? And
I'm fishing.
Lotus gonna run over and plop down next to him.
And,
Fishing?
you know, Twink actually hands Lotus the pole.
Oh,
Just hold it. I'll let you know what to do.
What
You
is
know,
it?
it's not the fact that it's been a month, it's the fact that we experienced that month instantly.
Sure, people do it all the time.
Time
I don't
flies.
think they do it quite like this, unless you know another chronomancy user.
No, I never said I did.
Yep.
think
he's
it's
got
fine.
no idea what to say to that.
I feel the same. I think it's fine.
Except we need to know what happened.
I'll let you know what to do when the time's right.
Well,
Let's just hold it. We're relaxing.
okay.
Oh my god, do it now!
Sucks if you want to drag the awake, but mentally just dead Archibald up. Lorelei is still at the helm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And Twink's just gonna be left laughing at Lotus's reaction.
Dolus is gonna actually follow after Socks and Archibald because he has a question.
Kieran,
Kieran's just gonna. Yeah, Kieran's gonna follow. He's got nothing
Okay.
else to him.
you come up and Lorelei just turns to you and goes, "Ah, you're back after, sprinting off in the middle of my introductions. Great first impression, by the way. Well, second impression.
Well, okay. So how do I explain this? We met you a month ago.
Yeah."
This morning.
She just looks at you. Just,
Well, see, and he just kind of looks at Archibald and goes, "This is a little weird one." And I believe, when he was saving us from the Fogslip, that we jumped a month into the future.
Lorelei kind of just sits there and goes, "You sure Harmon didn't just give you a really weird drink, right?"
Well, you know how you
I
found
don't
us in
think
the
any of us
ocean?
would have.
You know how... Have you heard that they just found us probably 300 yards out from the city?
I just heard that Harmon wrecked another one of his boats and then showed up in Enshasla. It's really kind of par for the course. It happens every year.
Dolus just kind of interrupts. He goes, "Right, excuse me. This seems like it'll be going on this conversation for a little bit. I had a question really fast. Is there anywhere is there like a sleeping quarters, somewhere we can stay?
And she goes, "Yeah,
Where can we
big
find
bunk
that?"
room. Second level, front of the ship."
Right, thank you. And he walks out back towards Lotus and Twink.
And I just feel like we need to establish a few things. Because, well, to put it simply, you have your wits about you, while Harmon,
You glance over at where Harmon is on the deck. He is currently wounding a rope around just a random railing, and as he's doing it, he is definitely tying his arm to it.
well, Harmon. And so, I feel like there are a couple things I need to establish here. This one can use magic more powerful than most people who taught me magic. And
That means nothing to me.
have you ever heard of anyone being able to Misty Step an entire boat and also do it 1 month into the future?
Let's go into my cabin.
Right. Also, sometimes I become a wolf.
She stops dead and she goes, "I'm gonna kill Walk. I'm gonna kill Walk. I'm gonna kill Walk."
Now, allow me to preface that with the last time that...
She goes, "How often would you say you become a wolf?"
Let's just say if you shot me right now, you'd probably find out very quickly.
If I shot you right, I think we just find out how your body.
Easiest way to put it, a snake, the giant sea serpent, had to basically bite off my arm, and then Harmon shot me twice. So it takes a little bit. Other than that, I would say I'm pretty good to go. Probably only 3 or 4 times in the last year, not counting the one yesterday a month ago.
She puts the flintlock back in her coat, and she goes,
I feel like we need to establish trust.
okay. And she just like walks into her cabin with like the finger waggle to follow.
Sox follows, still kind of just holding Archibald.
Archibald is not responsive. He is just going with the flow. Real quick, fishing.
Yes.
The line goes taut.
Pull.
There's holes.
Lotus, can you make a strength check?
Straight strength.
I knew this was a good idea, giving her the pole.
Roll for,
want
roll
another
for spectral
secret.
current. Roll for
12.
spectral current.
12. You're really struggling with that fish. It's still.
Twink's gonna jump in and start helping pull the pole.
All right. With the help, you manage to slowly wriggle a fish out of the water. It is about half of Twink's height. It is a trout.
In the sea.
Yeah.
It's a trout in the
Sea
sea.
trout.
Is at this moment.
It is a
assume
fish.
Around this point, Dolus walks up and just sees the fish on the floor.
Dolus, it's a fish.
Right. It is.
I caught it.
Oh.
What
I'm
this thing?
proud of you.
What is this
You've
thing?
never fished
It's
before.
still dangling from the bowl.
So whenever I move, it's just
Yeah.
Shu sees the fish. Shu sees the fish.
Didn't you
That
get
fish would eat shoes.
Shoes is intimidated by the fish. Shoes has never seen a live fish before. Also, it's not like it's swimming or anything. It is flopping violently on the end of this line.
All right, Lotus, we need to take this one to walk.
Okay. I'm just.
And I grab the pole and I unhook the fish and I hand the fish to Lotus.
Why is it still sliding?
It has wiggled. It's wiggling a little less and less with each moment.
Right, so
Go on
there are
now.
sleeping quarters downstairs.
I'm gonna walk walk to the quarters with the fish in both hands.
Okay. You get down to the galley and walk. You come in with a fish, and he immediately goes,
Spoon man, I got a fish.
"Spoon girl, you've got a fish." He reaches out his big orc hand, and he it's like the whole fish. He just grabs it and he tosses it in the currently empty pot. So you just hear like a boom, and the fish. You hear no more wriggling in the pot.
It's knocked it on God.
I'll go get more fish.
He goes, "The more
And she
fish you
runs
get, the better we eat."
Okay. As she says as she's running off.
I'll go, and then, like Dolus says to Twink and Lotus, like, I'll go down to the sleeping quarters. Lotus, I'll go claim us some beds. And I head over to the.
Back in the captain cabin, Lorelai closes the door behind Socks, Archibald, and Kieran immediately and goes, "So, Misty stepping a whole boat.
Yep.
Like a whole boat."
Could you give me one moment? And he's gonna take a quick look around to see if he can find any liquor that would floor walk. Just any expensive-looking liquor.
There's a whole wine cabinet on one wall.
Can I borrow one of these for just a moment?
No, you can't.
Okay, great. And he's just gonna twat fucking Archibald on the back of the head.
Can you make an unarmed strike?
Yeah. It's a 14. I don't think I have anything for my unarmed strike. I actually... Never mind, it's +3, that's 17.
Yeah. So you whomp him in the back of the head. He takes 2 damage. But he's just like, ow, hi. What happened?
So Lorelai, this is the protege, no, that's not the... This is the one that did it. And, he doesn't know how he did it. And frankly, I thought chronomancy was something for gods or just a myth overall.
She goes, so did he chronomancy you through time, or did he misty step you? I'm confused.
Well, we were 5 hours out from here a month ago. So I have to go with both.
She kind of just... Kid, did you mean to do it? And Archibald's like, no, I just didn't want anybody to drown. So I just brought everyone to Enshasla. And apparently it took a month. She goes, but did you mean to cast the magic? Like, you didn't just go, oh, I don't want people to drown, and then you all suddenly teleported. This was intentional, what you did, right? I can't have somebody on my ship if every time they're worried about drowning, we all get teleported to random...
Kieran's here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grabbed that one's head.
It was a whole production. I don't think he could do it again accidentally. I moved my head away.
No, I don't do like magic accidentally. It's not like a mistake. It's just when I do it intentionally, there are mistakes.
I will be doing my best to train him so, we don't wake up 15 years from now, a couple miles away. I figure that would be the best for all of us, but also, as I said, you seem like a competent captain, and I feel like hiding secrets would potentially lead us to, I guess instead of jumping time, it would just overall stop.
Archibald's like, I can stop time? You think I could stop time? Do you think I could stop time?
And he just kind of, palms the back of his head and points it down at her very big gun.
And he's like,
and in his overall defense, he did save a drowning ship of people. It's if he's a good backup plan. I don't think you'll crash us like Armin would have.
He's like, I am good at magic. And I will not cast magic on your crew unless prompted by you to do so, if you so please. Ma'am? Lorelei sits there for a second. She goes, she takes the hat and she tosses it over onto her bed, ruffles all her hair, and she's like, you stay in the first mate's quarters through that door. And she's pointing at Archibald, and she's like, and she points at Socks. She goes, you and him every day until I know he will not blow up my ship, are going to try and work out ways that he will not blow up my ship.
Well, this one doesn't even know how his magic works, and I know how to work magic that I don't even have, so I feel like that task should be given to me, considering that, he thought he could...
I'm not
she's
a scholar.
not pointing at Kieran, she's pointing at Socks.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Well, you said you too.
Yeah.
She means you and
Archibald.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay, yeah, about to say, that's definitely how I took it the first time. Was I wrong?
Yeah, and then she points at Kieran and she goes, you! Why did you come in here?
I was involved halfway in, and I thought I should at least know what was going on. And I don't know how to fish.
Or what he's looking for, or the fact that he is, Well, have you ever heard of an angel?
Well, I knew I was that. I just didn't know the other word he said.
She goes, got it. So I've got a gnome, 2 Aarakocras, 2 elves, and an Aasimar. Oh, and one of the elves, by the way, can time travel. Fantastic. Get out of my cabin.
Pleasure being on your ship.
And wait, the first mate's quarters is connected to her cabin, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So
both of us are getting kicked out, but Archibald is going to the first mate's quarters.
Yes.
Great. And Sox just goes, understood. It'll be a pleasure to travel with you. And he just slowly backs out of the door.
As he's backing up, she's like, it better be a pleasure or it'll be a very short trip. And the moment he's out the door, she slams it.
And he just speaks to the door and it's just, do you mind explaining what's happened over the last month sometime?
She opens the door really quickly and she goes, a lot. And then she closes the door again.
Right. And he just shakes his head and looks over to Twink and Lotus.
Who had who is Lotus still the one primarily fishing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Lotus, real quick, I would like you to make a survival roll.
Pog.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry, 15.
15, hooray! Okay, and then I want you to make a strength check.
Ooh, that was almost a 19. That's a 3.
You catch 5 more fish. You would have caught significantly more, but a couple of times as you were pulling the line, you completely fell on your butt.
Twink,
So-
this is really hard.
Well, it comes with practice, of course. It's your first time.
I want to do it my way. And then she's gonna put down the fishing pole, gonna take the spear, and she's gonna start flying.
Okay, so she flies up. The fishing pole is left there sitting next to Twink. As she takes off, the fishing line goes taut, and the fishing pole just goes.
I'm gonna make a reaction. To try to grab that.
You make a dex saving throw.
Yeah, sure can. A saving throw?
Yeah. Like you're diving for it.
17?
You catch it, and you kind of get dragged to the railing and just stop. Lotus, are you gonna attempt to spearfish?
Yes.
Okay, make another survival roll.
Didn't they say this was like the deepest part of the ocean?
13.
Yeah, between the rocks is really deep. 13. You could spot some fish near the surface. The one you primarily could spot is a big one that's currently at the end of the line.
She's gonna spear that one.
You just make a ranged attack.
How do I make a ranged attack?
Are you stabbing it or are you throwing the spear?
I
are
want to
you-
stab it.
You're gonna fly down and stab it?
Yeah.
Okay, well then make a melee attack.
A 14.
A 14. You shove your spear into the water and you feel it solidly hit the fish underneath, and your spear starts just like wriggling up and down in your hands.
I want to bring it up.
You have a wriggly fish on the end of your spear that still has the hook in its mouth as you fly up, and the line
I got a
goes like
fish.
whack again.
I'm just kind of holding the pole.
Yeah, this is like the slack line.
And I just want to yank on it real quick and see what happens.
Lotus, can you make a dex save?
There was definitely a thought process, so you visually saw that going through Twink's
You
mind.
can see the gears turning.
Yeah, you did. Like you saw, like looking at the fishing pole and then looking up.
Oh, a 6. You, with the fish in your hands, not expecting at all what's about to happen, get tugged and just fall down to the deck. And you, like, scramble as you fall on the deck.
Ow.
You see, my version's much safer.
But fine.
Yes, but I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
I think we should take all these fish down to walk.
Okay. That sounds good.
A pile of half.
That's and I'll set the line up again.
Okay,
Oh my God.
and then she's gonna take the fish off her spear, put the spear back on her back. She's just gonna lift
cradle all of it. It's just flopping fish hitting her in the face on the way down.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You can go right ahead. You go right ahead.
I'm gonna get back a slimy cat.
Yeah, I'm like, his shoes is definitely getting squished by fish.
I love raising. Yeah, like yeah, you are.
You take the fish down to walk, and you come in, and there is now like a broth happening in the pot, and he goes, "Hey!"
I got more fish.
He takes both hands, and he just grabs like all like 6 fish, and he lifts them up, and he goes, "Look that way." And at the moment you turn around, he slams their faces into the side of the pot and then dumps them in.
He's literally killing the fish right in front of Lotus.
That's why you had to turn away. You turn back and the fish are gone, and he's just like... It's gonna be a good dinner. It's gonna be... Oh.
Twinks decided it's enough fishing, and he puts the rod back in his bag.
Okay. Everybody but Lotus is on the deck of the ship. And Dolus, we're going to go to you. You found the sleeping quarters pretty easily. It's like one of the only rooms on the second level. But as you are in the quarters, you suddenly hear a strange whispering coming from your ring. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, I said, oh. And Dolus, I'd like to look around, just the room, see if there's anyone in there currently.
No one in there currently. It's empty.
Dolus takes off his glove, and he just kind of puts the ring to his ear to try and hear what it's saying.
You can't make anything out in detail, and as you lift the ring up, you are suddenly inside of a very nice little room that you are familiar with.
Right. Kylie?
You hear a voice behind you just go, "So, it's been eventful."
Right. It has, and Dolus just kind of walks over and he takes a seat on some cushions.
As you take a seat and turn to face Kylie, you recognize her immediately. She's the most beautiful being you've like ever seen. She is just like this ethereal, like gorgeous blue-gray skin with this black hair that is like defying gravity in these sort of waves around her.
Mm.
And she's dressed in these really nice, like, light, various garments. And she just looks at you and she goes, "A boat, huh?" 2 boats, actually. In the span of a day. Well, not a day. A month. You kind of dropped off the grid there, kid.
So it was just gone for a month.
She goes, "Well, I said you dropped off the grid. I didn't say I knew where you went or didn't know where you went."
Right. Well, did you know where I went?
Maybe.
Are you going to tell me?
What are you willing to give me in exchange?
That information isn't very crucial to me, so probably not much.
Oh, you're no fun. She kicks her feet up.
I'm glad you brought me in here. I was actually going to check something out, and I'll pull out the bag that the Eggle gave me, and I'd like to see what's inside.
Okay, so you open the bag, and you're immediately hit with kind of a rank smell. But as you look in it, there are a couple of various coins that all together probably total about 4 or 5 gold, and 3 sea serpent fangs.
Oh,
with a bit of gum still stuck to them.
Lovely. You're gonna pull
And
back the drawstring.
Kylie kind of like smirks. She goes, they went to a lot of effort to rip those out before the boat went down.
Why?
She goes, you don't know what those sell for?
I don't. Do you?
Yeah,
Are you going to tell me?
maybe.
Right. Did you have something you wanted to talk about?
I did actually. You're going to Shade Step, right?
I suppose that's where the captain said.
She goes, so I want you to do a little favor for me for all of the fun little favors I've done for you.
Oh, lovely. What? So this is what number favor now?
She's like, well, this is the first time I'm asking you for a favor in return, which means our balance is probably, 1 to 70 something by now.
I feel like this kind of tips the scales, and he holds up his left hand.
And she goes, oh, honey, that was the signature on the contract.
Right? Yeah, you do say that. So what is this? What is this favor?
She goes, you're going to go to Shade Step. I'm going to give you a name. You're going to bump into someone with that name. And then you're going to kill them.
Excuse me?
She goes, it's really easy, actually. I mean, I've made it very easy for you. And she like gestures at the arm. She goes, so you're going to go to Shade Step. I'm going to give you a name. And then that person is going to no longer be alive.
I heard the instructions. Why am I killing this person?
Because I told you to. And you owe me favors.
Do you have a reason?
Of course, I have a reason for everything I do.
May I know the reason?
Maybe.
I would like to know the reason.
What's it worth to you? And she like she's suddenly next to you, just like floating.
It's worth me fulfilling your favor.
And she goes, oh, see, no, you're going to fulfill my favor anyways. And you start to feel this kind of ache in your hand. And she goes, because we made a deal.
Right, is this an innocent person?
Maybe.
Is it an innocent person? Like, very sternly, like...
And she like groans. She goes, ah. It depends on who you ask. To some people, he's done only righteous. To me, he's done me only wrong. So no, he's not innocent. Does that make you feel better?
Not at all, but I suppose I don't really have a choice, do I?
No. And then you are sitting on the floor of the sleeping quarters with the ring sitting next to you.
Well, actually, detail the ring doesn't come off.
Oh, it doesn't come off?
It's just on my hand. So he just, Dolus will just let out a sigh, and he just like kind of like puts his head in his hands for a bit. And he goes like, right, it's what he kind of looks at his hand as he puts on the glove. He's like, it's what I signed up for. And then I'd like to, I just put like, just find the room is empty, so he doesn't really have to claim a bed, and so he just turns back around to go back up.
Yeah, you find there are a couple of bunks that clearly don't have like any stuff with them. You guys won't have trouble finding a place to sleep.
Right. And then he heads back up to everyone else.
Okay. So what are y'all up to?
Well, I assume Socks rejoins with Twink. Just because he's the only one immediately on the deck other than Kieran. Because Lotus went down for that, and then Dolus is also kind of fucked off. So he walks up to Twink and goes, "Any luck?
Any luck with what?
The fish?
I caught like 7.
Great. The captain knows everything."
What? I don't know. What do you mean?
Well, about the whole, jumping time thing, and also the whole, he kind of gestures to the scruff on his face.
But yeah, it's pretty obvious. You said it on the deck up there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
You're really good about that. I just want you to know, like, you just say that to anywhere.
Well, at this point, just about everyone on the ship would know, other than their crew, and I assume that if I tell the captain, she's going to tell the crew, so save yourself some time.
Sure.
I have no doubt that at any given moment there is probably a musket pointed at the back of my head.
Twink kind of. It's on the other side to
that-
see if there is. There's
At
not.
that moment, you actually feel a poke at the back of your ear.
And he immediately flinches and like stumbles towards Twink. And he turns around. Lotus!
Hi!
Not funny.
Very
Lotus
funny.
Walk told you that dinner's almost ready.
Wait, what'd you
Before you left the galley, Walk told you that dinner's almost ready.
say? Okay. Fish.
Yes, Twink just told me you caught quite a few.
It's almost done.
Oh joy! Then Socks just remembers what he, regardless, scarfed down earlier this morning, a month ago. And he goes, for not eating for a month, it's surprisingly full.
I actually quite like fish. I think I'll actually partake this time.
Oh, there was fish. Well, depending on your definition of fish, in the last meal.
It was fish. There were pickles in there too. It was really good.
Yep.
Are y'all gonna go down and eat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lotus is just gonna run off.
Right, you all run down to the galley where Walk is beginning to serve up another fun little stew. As you come in, actually, you see him with like a very large equivalent, almost like a potato masher, but like the size of your chest, and he's just in the pot.
On second thought, I think I might skip again.
Where's Dolus? Dolus!
I said he was going to the sleeping quarters earlier.
Oh. I'll get food for Dolus.
I'd like to say it's something that I thought of right before y'all started interacting. I was like, he starts heading up to like where he thinks everyone would be, but he turned back around and just lied down on one of the beds. He
there
didn't
you
go
go.
up.
He's just laying. He's just chilling. All right. Walk sees you all sort of in the doorway and he goes, "Hey!
Ah, fuck.
Fish.
Walk tasted delicious last time.
Socks kind of reaches down and like taps Twink lightly on the back and goes, "You're not getting out of this one."
Joke's on you, dog man. I've got jerky.
Can I get that on a shirt? Jokes on you, dog man. I have jerky.
Let us know in the comments if you want jokes on you, dog man.
Our first piece of merch, jokes on you, dog man. I've got jerky.
Like jokes on you on the front, I've got jerky on the back.
Jokes in the front, jerky in the back.
The Socks
yeah.
walks up.
He goes, "I made it special this time. Lorelei has better ingredients than Harmon."
So anything other than pickles?
We have got fish of various styles, thanks to Spoon Girl. He's like, and then we have carrots, celery, something that smelled very nice, Captain. I'm not sure what it was. And, of course, seawater.
You see, that's where you lost me, was with the seawater. Why?
You were so close. All you have to
It's
do is
water
boil
and
it.
it adds salt.
Yes, but when you boil...
Fish
I imagine the
don't
fish came
kiss.
salted.
Okay.
He's like, trust me, it tastes fantastic. And he like picks up the masher and just like lets it drip into his mouth.
Is there a
It
bowl?
tasted pretty good last time.
And there are bowls. There are bowls.
Socks just resigned, knowing he's at the front. Puts a bowl down in front of him.
Yeah, you get the bowl. He gives you the slop. It
Lotus is
actually does seem immediately better than the last one did, but that's not necessarily saying much.
Lotus is getting 2 bowls.
He fills you 2 bowls.
Karen
So-
takes it.
And then Lotus
Sure,
is gonna
takes it.
run off to find Dolus.
Okay.
Socks looks up at Walk again and goes, Do you have any whole fish left?
No, they all went in the pot.
Okay. And he walks over, and I assume that the dining hall is actually mostly empty right now.
It is, yeah, like the crew. Some of the crew is filing in. The rest of the crew are getting ready to set off. Lorelai, like she mentioned earlier, is leaving tonight, so it's a smaller dinner.
Socks sits down at whatever table's closest to the door back to the quarters. Like sits at the table that's closest to the door. And cautiously looks around for Harmon, knowing he made him a promise that he would talk to him over dinner.
Harmon isn't there currently.
Understandable.
If you remember, he may or may not have been tying Sel.
Oh yeah, he is tied to the rail right now.
Kieran, as soon as he takes the dinner, he just casts prestidigitation on it and just eats it fine. Yeah, that tastes pretty good.
Straight up
Twink,
cherry.
as Twink comes up to Walk goes, I get the feeling you don't like my food.
To be fair, I've never had your food, so I can't say if I do or don't.
And he like holds it down to you, and he's like, it's like a small amount in the bowl, and he's like, do you want to try it first?
Really don't.
You never know.
I tell you what. Just because I caught the fish, I will try this one.
And he goes, oh, so the little spoon girl was your delivery girl.
The little spoon girl was my helper. She caught half the fish, and I caught the other half.
And he like nods and he goes, the spoils of your work.
And he's not gonna sit down or anything. He's just gonna shotgun it real quick out of the bowl and hand the bowl back real quick.
Give me one moment.
Roll Constitution.
Ooh, no, fantastic. I rolled there. That was actually shockingly good. It was really good. It was almost like a fish soup. It was... You're taken aback.
I'll be honest with you here, Walk. I thought it was gonna be arse.
And he nods and he goes, I'm known for that.
And it was only half arse.
And he goes, I'm known for that.
It was really close to being not arse.
And he goes, you work with what you got on a boat.
That's all I have to say about it.
Do you want some more?
I don't.
Next time.
Probably not.
And he just kind of like nods and he goes back to serving the other people. He's not offended at all. He's just like, So you're all gonna sit at a table and eat?
Well, Socks is gonna look over to Kieran and go, prestidigitation won't save you from food poisoning.
It'll save me from whatever happens immediately as I'm eating it. That's a problem for later, I hope. Do you want?
As Twink's walking by, he goes, "That's nausea," and then he walks out the door towards the sleeping quarters.
You want me to flavor your food too?
Touch my food and you die.
I can do it from a distance.
Touch my food with magic and you die faster.
Okay, tastes good.
And Socks
cherry.
just immediately, like, one-handed palms it, pretty much shotguns it as quickly as Twink did.
It's good. It's surprisingly good. It's
Socks
like it doesn't taste
for a
amazing,
second,
but it's like it's a fish soup.
and then walks over to Walk and goes, "You think you got enough for two?"
He just slops it in there without saying anything.
He does not make eye contact. He's kind of looking down. He's a little ashamed, and because he
Then he
remembers the
went back
last
for
time
seconds.
he ate his food. Fog filled the entire fucking ship. So Socks, like, almost without breaking pace, shotguns the other one, puts the bowl at the end of the counter, and then goes, "Appreciate it, Walk," and heads down to the quarters.
He didn't even wait to taste it.
So, Lotus, you left first. You run into the sleeping quarters.
Dolus!
As you like approach where Dolus is. Like you see him kind of just jump awake. He kind of like he puts himself back together, and he's like you can tell he's shaking. He kind of starts like sniffling, like, oh yes, hello, Lotus.
Hi, I have food.
Oh,
It smells really good. Smell it. And she hands her one
does
of
it
the
smell
bugs.
good? I sniff it. Does it smell good?
It smells like fish.
Oh, wonderful.
Are we eating here?
No, we should find somewhere more private.
Okay.
As you guys are getting up to go, Twink comes into the door, like right behind you, or in front of you now, because you're turning towards it.
Oh, are you guys leaving?
Hi.
We are just going to find somewhere to eat.
Cool. Well, when you're done, you should come find me. I got something I want to show you.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
And he's just gonna go find a bunk on the bottom.
As you are getting ready to go, again, met in the doorway is Socks.
Hi, Socks.
Socks looks pretty damn exhausted, in all honesty. And he's just like,
Dolus looks at him, he's like, what happened to you? Like he sees like him wrapped up, like...
and Socks just looks down at Twink and goes, surgery.
What is that?
Well, Twink tried to take a bullet out of me that wasn't there in the first place.
Why would he do that?
Because we didn't know that.
Before the conversation can continue, you hear a voice behind you being like, thank God, at least Lorelei has her head on straight. This'll be... And Eggles walks through the door right behind Socks with a duffel bag slung over his shoulder and freezes mid-sentence as he sees you all and just goes, oh, God damn it! Throws the duffel bag down.
Oh,
and
Eggman!
He turns and leaves. And that is actually where we're going to end our session today.
You fucker!
When we come back, we'll be starting with the long rest, and then we'll go into the next day. But that's it for today.
God damn it!
Dolus didn't get to eat. Fuck this shit.
Every time Twink wants to show or find something out, we have to end.
God damn it!
The timing, man. It's just the
But thank you everybody so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Fucking joke's on you, dog man. I've got jerky. I feel like that's just a great note.
We know exactly what the title of this episode is about to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and we don't have to have any theories.
Until next time, it was fun. I can't wait to see what happens on the new boat.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.